season-ending knee injury that will require surgery. More on that a bit later this hour.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bump and Stacy
On Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now.
Pinheiro tees it up, looks downfield, strides forward, and we're off and running, end over end. Shaheed at his own 5, across the 10, 15, 20, cuts straight upfield, has a gap, across the 40, midfield 50, trying to trip him, don't get him, flag is down, Shaheed to the end zone. Holy catfish, open the game with a 95-yard touchdown Seahawks. Rashid Shaheed, the flag is down because Pinheiro tried to trip him. And Rashid Shaheed just sprinted right through the entire coverage team of the San Francisco 49ers. What a way to start this one. 95 yards.
The first 7 points of what will be a 41-6 win by the Seattle Seahawks over the division rival San Francisco 49ers, and the Seahawks are heading to the NFC title game for the first time in more than 10 years. Bump, is that when you knew this one was over, or did you have to see more?
No, I needed to see more. I felt good about it, though. I did something I normally don't do.
Oh.
Instead of going to the press box, I walked into the booth with Wyman and Rabel, and I'm sitting there. I'm like, I'm going to stay in here for like the first series or two and kind of get a feel for the game. So when that went down, I actually got to hear the true crowd, because in the press box, it's kind of muffled
Muted.
and stuff. Yeah, it's muted a bit. So, it was chills, man. I'm in there going crazy. I can't say anything because I don't want to jack up the broadcast, right? I'm just pumping my fist, going wild. That's all the Hawks needed. They didn't need to score any more points.
Did
They
you
would have won
feel
that
the
game.
booth shake?
Yes, I felt the booth shake during that moment, and then the halftime show, Lil Jon.
Yeah.
Everybody's jumping around. I don't like that. I'm from Cali. It starts shaking, I get in earthquake mode, I'll be tripping. But no, it was fun to experience that.
Curtis, you mentioned finishing some of your work here and hopping in your car thinking, like, let me drive home and listen to the first quarter here.
Yeah, so I work only the pre-games during the playoffs, and so I leave right as pregame is over to head home. I pick up the girls because my wife is also working the Seahawks game. She has to stay for the entirety of it. And so I get in my car as the ball is being teed up, and Rashid takes it to the house, and like I'm about to pull out of the parking lot here at the station, and I just think to myself, like, oh, this is gonna be a nice ride home. I'm not gonna have to rush home. Yeah, I'm not gonna have to rush home. Like, this game is already in the bag.
Seattle ended up adding another field goal in the first quarter, then another touchdown in the first quarter, took a 17-3 lead that became 17-6 by halftime. We're going to get over the plays of the game and talk about more of this, but I think that this was it was obviously pure dominance. I don't think that. It just was. But I was already entering this game, Bump, feeling confident about the Seahawks as a Super Bowl contender, feeling like they could absolutely get there. They could absolutely win. But I feel more so even after this game. And at 10:30, we'll talk about facing the Rams and how that's factoring into this as well. But you saw a wholly complete game. And, by the way, a quarterback who entered it with an oblique injury and didn't throw an interception.
Yeah, it was that was what I was looking at. I was watching Sam warm up, and I got eyes on him, and he's not really putting zip on the ball. All right, well, obviously he's saving it. But let me rewind. We're doing the pregame show, and people are texting in, Sam's not on the field. Sam's not on the field. What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm like, he's not going to go out there and throw the ball 50 times before this game.
He's thrown in a locker room.
He's got to reserve that oblique. So then we go out, and I watch him throw the football. He's not putting zip on it. I'm like, all right, well, clearly something's bothering him a little bit. And then there's this pass that he threw to JSN in the seam that was almost intercepted, right? And I was like, man, he don't look healthy. But then he throws another ball to Cooper Kupp on the left sideline.
Yeah.
I saw some zip on that. Then I thought to myself, okay, he's going to be fine. Whatever medicine he took, whatever routine he did, he's going to be good to go. But that was my main concern to start this game. So I just wanted to see his body language, what he looked like, what the football looked like coming out of his hands. He looked good to me.
It helped for Sam that not only did Sam not hurt the rest of his team by throwing a pick, but the rest of the team helped Sam. You talk about special teams. Rashid Shaheed returning that. By the way, Mike Macdonald talking about the impact of Rashid.
Well, he was someone that, I know that we were targeting throughout the process, and
I mean, that's John and the personnel folks. That's just made it come to life, So shout out to him. I mean, turns out, it was a luxury initially, because of our receiver situation, but then with Torrey going down, it ended up being a great move. It was a great move initially. But from my perspective and the coach's perspective, he's a player that we really respect. When he's catching the ball on kickoff return, you're like, oh, here we go. We got to contain this guy. And then when he's on the field on offense, you can't let him get behind you as well.
I need Mike Macdonald to bring up the energy here. But he's absolutely right. Impact of Rashid Shaheed has been monumental. The fans brought energy. The defense was suffocating. Now, they were kind enough and generous enough, maybe a gentleman's agreement here, to allow another 3 points from San Francisco. I thought that was nice. I thought that was classy. I thought it was really classy of the Seahawks to allow 6 from San Francisco as opposed to 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Not everyone gets to go to the playoffs. So I thought that was cool.
Very gentlemanlike.
I thought it was gentlemanlike. I thought it was classy. I thought it was a show of grace, and you welcome a guest to your place. You gotta give up a little here.
Hey, once again, Christian McCaffrey only had 35 yards on the ground. He had 39 through the air. You do the math. It's 70-something, 80-something yards total. I think that was clutch. That was key. That was my concern too. Was, all right, will you be able to contain Christian McCaffrey once again? My other concern was, who's going to be the guy? Who's going to be Demarcus Robinson from last week, who had 111 yards? I felt like they were going to try to focus on someone to get them wide open. And at first, I thought it was Pearsall. Pearsall had a catch going across the middle. I thought it was a catch, ended up being incomplete. After that, no receptions for Pearsall. I thought he would be that guy. But no, this defense was on point, man. They didn't get. I was talking to Moyer, and I said, this score feels more like the stats of the last time that they played. It was dominant, but you didn't get a lot of points, right?
That's a good point.
And then these stats felt like the score of the last game, because it's pretty even when you look at the numbers. I mean, it's 236 total yards for San Francisco, 281 for the Seahawks. San Fran was 6 for 12 on third downs, the Hawks 4 for 10. Like, if you look at the numbers, you just got to flip the scores, and it makes more sense. That's why numbers will fool you sometimes. But, no, complete game. You got K9 with 3 rushing touchdowns. Going to lean on him a lot, obviously, going forward. You have Sam Darnold doing exactly what he needed to do, 12 of 17, 1 touchdown. You got the defense playing good ball. It was over by halftime. At halftime, I was like, yeah, there's no way this team is going to come back.
I mentioned it was 17-6 at halftime. It was 24-6. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong part of my my scorebook here. This was absolutely dominant. Let's stick with the run game. I do want to ask you about kind of how that looks with Charbonnet out. If you guys missed it, Mike Macdonald just mentioned on with Brock and Salk for the Mike Macdonald Show that Zach Charbonnet did suffer a season-ending injury. Last night, they weren't entirely sure, and so it sounded a little more optimistic. So I know there's a turn there, but they obviously got more information after imaging. So he is done for the season. He's going to have surgery. Not sure on the specifics of the injury itself, if it's an ACL or what. That news will come out shortly. But we know that he's not going to be here and that they're going to turn to Ken Walker here. What's that mean moving forward?
It's unfortunate. Zach Charbonnet is a big reason why this team is here. You get inside the 20-yard line. You know you can hand the football off to him, and you're going to score a touchdown in, 12 of them things this year? What does it mean? I mean, Ken Walker is more than capable of doing it. It's really who's going to be the backup, right? Who are they going to elevate or lean on after that? You got Velus Jones, who got a carry, I think, last game, towards the end of the game. You got George Line, who's on the IR, so it's probably going to be Velus. You still got Cam Akers, I believe, who's on practice squad as well. This just means it's the Ken Walker show, and I have no problem with it being the Ken Walker show. Would I want to have Zach Charbonnet? Of course. I love his running style and what he brings to the team, but thankfully, you got K9. He's playing some good ball right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this run game is central to what Seattle's doing. I know that the loss of Charbonnet is big, and we'll talk with a couple guests all week long, right, where I'm sure that we will ask every single one of them, okay, what happens with the run game now? What are the options Seattle has? Can Ken Walker, carry this load himself? We've seen it before. He had a 1,000-yard season, but it's definitely been, kind of a two-man solution here in the run game. It's been a big part of what's kept them successful over the last month here. So no Charbonnet, Sam Darnold dealing with an oblique. Those are things that you're keeping an eye on here. But, Bump, oh, my God, this defense. Defense. I don't know what anyone does against them. I'm sure Rams fans today, we'll talk about this more at 10:30. I'm sure Rams fans today are going, not worried about it. Matthew Stafford in the Rams dropped 500 plus. But can you do that again? I don't think so. No one knows what to do against this defense. What do they do so well?
They're just disciplined. They fly around. They stick to their gaps. They They're on a string. You hear that saying a lot, right? That means everyone's moving in unison. There's no really big gaps out there. Here's the thing about this game, man. I'm excited. I'm happy for the Seahawks, but I'm kind of like in the same mentality that I feel like Mike Macdonald is in. It's like, you did what you were supposed to do, right? I didn't expect the Niners to win this ball game. You were the better team. They were beat up. You're healthy. You're playing your best football right now. You did exactly what you were supposed to do to get to the next level. And this defense continues just to fly around and make plays. Only sacked the quarterback 2 times. It's all good, though. Had how many QB hits? 5 QB hits, but Brock Purdy was never comfortable. Good job. On to the next. Like, I'm excited. If they played on Sunday and we came in today and talked about it, I'd probably be a bit more hyped up. But after watching the film and having a day to watch the other games, I'm already thinking about the Rams matchup.
Yep.
You did what you're supposed to do, and I think that's the mentality of this team, especially the head coach.
Well, and look, it did what you were supposed to do. I want to give them credit too for like it wasn't just like a 21-3, right? You dropped 40 on this team, 40 plus on this team. Drew Lock was in there relatively early in the fourth quarter, certainly earlier than other teams. And getting back to the Charbonnet point, him being done for the season, unfortunately, that news breaking this morning. And then obviously Sam Darnold still dealing with that oblique injury. Mike Macdonald also mentioned to Brock and Salk that that's going to be something they're going to have to watch. It's not worse after this game, which is good, but it'll be something they monitor. All right. Well, the Broncos are going to try to get this done with Jarrett Stidham.
Man.
The Patriots, still have some unanswered questions. The Rams have consistently been seen all year long as probably the best team in the NFL. They allowed 31 points from the Panthers. That would have been the second most points scored for any team. It was the second most points scored for any team in Wild Card Weekend. And then Matthew Stafford didn't look always Matthew Stafford-esque in this game against the Bears. They have questions. Every single one of these remaining 4 teams can be brilliant, but also has some massive questions. So, yes, losing Charbonnet is massive. Sam dealing with that oblique injury is massive. But I have not changed my mind about the Seahawks still being the strongest team remaining.
I think they're the the most complete team.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we're talking offensively, the Rams probably have the capability. Well, obviously the Seahawks do too, but I would give a nudge to the Rams when it comes just to offensive explosions, right? You got Devontae, who's coming back, whose backing's better. You got Puka over there. You got Kyron Williams as well. The Hawks can throw hands with him, but then I look at the defense and I lean towards the Hawks. So that's what comes back to our conversation. Which would you rather have, the best offense or the best defense? I'd rather have the best defense in the game right now, and I think that's what the Hawks are.
It's a Reaction Monday powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Let's get to headline rewrites.
Extra, extra, real
Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, despite advancing to the AFC title game, the Broncos lost Bo Nix for the rest of the season with a broken ankle. What's the real headline?
To steal a page from Ryan Clark, this sounds like a setup for an excuse if Denver doesn't win. Jeez. If you guys
Where's the resolve, Bo Nix?
If you guys missed it, Ryan Clark said when the news of Sam Darnold's oblique injury broke late last week that this sounds like an excuse. Like he didn't fully buy the injury. He thought that maybe it was a way to set up possible disappointment of Sam Darnold in the postseason. Bump, you were very disappointed in that take, not happy about it, said it was a lazy take that you weren't expecting from RC. He obviously, Ryan Clark, did not say this about Bo Nix, but
No, this unfortunate. Taking a knee, he broke his ankle taking a knee.
well, I think it was on the play before that was the defensive pass interference.
Okay, man. It's just, I feel so bad for Denver because they've done so much to get to this point. And Bo Nix has always been the question mark, right? This defense is playing great, and now you're going there with Stidham. They have absolutely no chance to win this ball game. It is a wrap. My white son will be going to the Super Bowl after Chisholm III, and I'm happy for him.
A big weekend for the thirds, by the way.
Bird's getting it
Ken
in.
Walker the third. Colson Loveland the third, almost helping to get it done too. Ended up having to leave that game with a concussion, unfortunately. But I want to ask either of you, and Curtis, the reason I'm asking is obviously a fan of Nick Foles, fellow
Fair now.
Arizona alum. So a question for both
Super
of
Bowl
you.
champ, yeah.
Can you find similarities between what the Broncos are trying to do and what the Eagles did in 2017, winning in those final, 4 or 5 starts, actually, with Nick Foles?
Yeah, because he took over at the end of the regular season, too.
Is this Broncos team good enough to do what the Eagles once did against the Patriots, do you guys think?
No.
I don't think so either. I think it has to do in large part to Jarrett Stidham's career compared to Nick Foles. Foles, a former Pro Bowler at that point. Stidham has just been career backup, very few chances to start.
Yeah.
What's weird is that Bo Nix replaced Jarrett Stidham at Auburn, and now Jarrett Stidham replacing Bo Nix in Denver.
Well, my.
We're all connected.
What's next?
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 2, the big news this morning. The Bills have fired Sean McDermott as their head coach after 9 seasons and a record of 98-50. What's the real headline?
Well, maybe he should have done more to add wide receiver talent this year, you know?
My question is just why? Like, what? Where are you going from here? McDermott has been solid over there. This team has been depleted. You're asking Josh Allen to win ball games all by himself. You have a good run game. Where are you going to go from here? It's not that easy to find solid head coaches. I don't understand it. Good luck, Buffalo Mafia. Bills Mafia, I should say.
Update from Adam Schefter. It is a torn ACL for Zach Charbonnet. Yeah.
It was the way he twisted. He was turning, and I saw the way he grabbed his knee. Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Also, look, it's maybe not the conversation we're going to be having right now, but it does suddenly make it very relevant. Ken Walker earning himself a big contract somewhere, right? Maybe after the Zach Charbonnet news in Seattle, because that ACL tear matters for the start of the next season. Curtis, you mentioned that earlier. Another thing I want to get to with McDermott, Diana Rossini of The Athletic talking to NFL executives around the league about Buffalo's next head coach options. The name that keeps coming up is a familiar one, a Buffalo native, and someone who Josh Allen loves, Brian Daboll.
Failing upward.
Just
Failing
a sigh
upwards.
from
Are we serious
some.
right now?
He was head coach of the year at one point.
Yeah, but
Like 4 years ago? Yeah, 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
That's the NFL for you, man. Once you get in, you are in. You get a coaching job, you'll get recycled more than that plastic bottle that you buy from the store.
Okay, possibilities for McDermott. Where would you go if you were him? Titans, Ravens, Steelers, Browns, Raiders, Dolphins, Cardinals.
Dolphins. Dolphins is the next best job, in my opinion.
Really?
Yeah.
Over Baltimore?
Never mind. Baltimore.
I would take Baltimore.
How does it, I can never tell, even though they're not in the same division, I can never tell how it's going to work with some of these roles. I see no reason why Baltimore wouldn't get after him.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, he has a hardball type of feel to him, right? A very structured guy, a disciplined guy, been there, done that. Baltimore's ready to go. You just need someone to get into the car, turn that thing on, and drive it.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 3. Number 1, Indiana faces number 10, Miami, in tonight's national championship game. Kickoff is at 4:30 on Seattle Sports. What's the real headline?
Just like we all expected to start the season.
Yeah, called it.
If you didn't call this,
Called it.
I don't know what you were doing.
I cover the ACC for CW, and I didn't think Miami would be here. The committee got this one right. As much crap as we talk about the committee, about who should be in, who shouldn't get in, them getting Miami in this thing, they got it right. So good for them. I'm sure they're patting themselves on the back right now.
Taking Indiana tonight?
Yeah, I want Miami, though.
Yeah.
But I'm taking Indiana.
Did you see Carson Beck's? I'm sure it's coming up later in the timeline, Curtis. Carson Beck's answer. Okay. I don't want to spoil it, but
It's the embodiment of I'm not here to play school.
yes. Yes. Bum, did you hear it?
I did.
From
Okay, then don't look it up. Don't
from
look
one of the
anything
great
up.
philosophers of our time, former Ohio State quarterback Cardale Jones.
Yeah.
All those years ago.
Okay, let's circle back. The news broke literally as we were, not quite as we were coming on air, but the Charbonnet news is a little new here. I do not want to start this show with like bummer news. So I'm cycling it in here, trying to find like, okay, what do they do now? What's the good, like, what can you do here? What are the opportunities? Because I'm not about to, after a 41-6 win in the playoffs, go 20 minutes on heartbreaking news here. But I do want to cycle back to what you think the offense, how you think it changes at all without Charbonnet.
I don't think it changes much.
Okay.
They're still going to run the ball 30 times a game. I think you're just going to have a new name back there from time to time. Maybe it's Cam Akers, maybe it's Velus Jones, the guy who's been pulled up from practice squad. But you can't change who you are at this point, and it's working. So Kenneth Walker, instead of getting 16 carries, he'll get 20, 25 carries.
Yeah, and the key difference between these two running backs is what, in your opinion, and do you think that plays a factor in here?
Between Charbonnet and Kenneth?
Like, what's missing maybe from the run game, and can make up for it?
Well, here's the thing about Kenneth Walker. I think that over the past few weeks, he hasn't changed his running style, but he's been more committed to just getting downhill. And that was the main difference between him and Zach Charbonnet, is that Kenneth was more that I'm going to make you miss.
Yeah.
I can still run through you, don't get it twisted, but I'm going to make you miss and try to hit these big ones, to whereas now he's getting downhill. I love the way he's running the football. Look, different styles, but no disrespect to Zach Charbonnet, but Kenneth Walker is more than capable of being that guy for the duration of the game. I'll
say this. Coming up at 11, we're going to begin the 11 a.m. hour by going over the plays of the game. It's going to be really, really fun. A great way to kind of ease into a Monday here. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day, by the way.
I'm working for you, Martin.
But at 11:15, we have 4 Down Territory, where we ask Bump 4 questions. I'm positive that by then, not only could we have some more developments about potential options for Seattle, but I already know you got a question about the run game. So for anyone who has lingering questions about what happens with the run game, what you saw from the run game, Bump will get to it at 11:15. Coming up next, the NFC Championship Game is set. Our biggest takeaways from Rams-Bears.
I got to get mentally into this.
The Mike Macdonald Show.
That was the most complimentary game you said you've played. Yeah, I could have easily said complete game for sure. That highlights like the synergy and connection that we have with our group. It's not like we're not playing in silos. Defensively, when it's our opportunity to take the field, we're trying to help the offense out. Vice versa offense. We did a great job of scoring in the red zone, finishing drives off, things like that.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app.
Our number one thing with them is always like, hey, welcome someone in and assure them that they're in the right place. We're going to take care of them.
Lee Johnson, Auto Family, the LJ Way.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign. And so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines, and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Seattle is going to win this football game.
And Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Seattle's rainy season is here. Don't wait to replace your roof. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and get $500 off your roofing project. Our expert team creates a custom plan for your home, ensuring a smooth, worry-free installation even in the winter months. With material prices low and lead time short, now is the best time to act. Stop throwing money at costly repairs. Protect your home this winter with a new roof from your neighbors at 3Tree Roofing. Visit 3treeroofing.com today to secure your $500 discount. 3Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Our friends at Mazda of Everett always offer you their best deals. Mazda of Everett is the West Coast's largest Mazda dealer for a reason. They sell more new Mazdas than any other dealer on the West Coast. So come check out the Mazda More to Move You sales event now. Shop over 300 new Mazda CX-5s with 0.9 financing for 60 months, available on approved credit. Located on Highway 99 in Everett, or shop MazdaofEverett.com. Based on Mazda USA's retail sales reports 2025.
Luxury has arrived. It's Mike Salk here, and the all-new Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel is now open, featuring a destination spa, the expanded non-smoking space, and breathtaking views of the Cascades. You can catch every game at Hawks Peak, over 66 televisions, plus that 2,000-seat entertainment venue and exciting new dining options. Effortless style, the utmost in relaxation. You can book now at snocasino.com. Seattle's closest is now Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Inc. Business Premier Card. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank. NA member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
You're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
We are going to get back to the Zach Charbonnet news at 10:45 once a bit more information comes out, and then plays of the game coming up at 11. Some questions for Bump at 11:15 for 4 Down territory right now. The NFC Championship game is set. It's going to be a rematch between the Rams and Seahawks. Our biggest takeaway from Rams-Bears, and we'll throw in some stuff from the Rams game against the Panthers, figure out the version of LA coming here to Seattle. First, from Matthew Stafford, the challenge of facing a Seahawks team a third time.
It's a huge challenge to go play in Seattle. We've done it once this year, and what a hell of a game that was. And they got such great players on their team. They're really well coached. They're coming off an unbelievable game, yesterday, so they got a ton of momentum. But I'm sure excited to be in this opportunity, be in this situation to, go see what we're all about. Can we go into their place, probably arguably the toughest place to play in the league, a team that's played really good football all year, and find a way to win it and, continue this journey, because that's what it's about at this point in the year. Can we find a way to work together for another week? And we have the opportunity now, and it's exciting.
Matthew Stafford had one of his worst games of the year and one of his best games of the year against this Seahawks defense, which is really interesting. Rams fans conveniently like to overlook that first matchup where he was limited to, 130 passing yards? Or
130.
130. Just like a bad day for him overall, because the Rams got the win, and then they like to point to, obviously, an explosive day for the pass game and Matthew Stafford and Puka against the Seahawks the second time around. In your opinion, how has Matthew Stafford looked, not just through the playoffs, but maybe against Seattle?
I'll start with the playoffs. He hasn't been great in the playoffs.
No?
Against the Panthers, 24, 42, 304, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Not a bad day, not a great day. Completed 57%. Against the Bears, 20 of 42, 258, no touchdowns, no interceptions. But against the Seahawks, man, the Rams fans should point to that explosive game when he threw the ball 49 times, 457 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Matthew Stafford is the MVP of this league. I mean, he's the best quarterback in the game right now. Obviously, Lamar had a down year. Josh is out. and Mahomes has been injured. But no, he's one of the Rams are the only team in this league that pumps a little fear into me, where I'm like, man,
yeah,
if they get hot, they can get rolling. Defensively, you look at their numbers, the Hawks are the better defense, but they do have personnel over there with Verse and Kobe Turner in the gang over there. Their secondary is a bit suspect, but it's going to be up to Matthew Stafford to win this game. That's why you get a guy like Matthew Stafford, a future Hall of Famer, all-pro type of dude, Pro Bowl. This is why you get it. With the Seahawks, it's different because you're not leaning on Sam Darnold to win this. You're looking at everybody. You're looking at the return game. You're looking at the run game, the defense, all that good stuff. I like our chances because of that, because I feel like if Matthew Stafford doesn't have an outstanding day, they don't win this ball game. But we know that he's more than capable of having an outstanding day.
Yeah, I do find it so interesting that his most passing yards and fewest passing yards bookend with those games against Seattle. 457 and 3 touchdowns against Seattle in a loss, 130 against Seattle in a win. Here's what Sean McVay had to say about facing Seattle in the NFC title game.
It means that we've got an opportunity to be totally present, have a great week of preparation, learn from the things that we've learned from the previous couple times we've played them, see what they're about over this last month since we've seen them, and let's go swing and let's be at our best. Let's find a way in those 3.5-hour windows to have every single day leading up to that moment, give ourselves a chance to go do what we're capable of and play better collectively. I thought we played really well in certain phases, and you guys, you've heard me say it tonight. I'll be better for us. We'll be better, but grateful for the opportunity for sure.
Believe it or not, that's Sean's inside voice. Let's talk about what we've learned in these matchups and through the playoffs. Number one, Puka Nacua is a problem. He's been a problem in matchups against Seattle. He's been a problem in the playoffs. I find the Rams in those two games very interesting. Against the Panthers, they allowed 30-plus points. If the Panthers won, it would have been like the second most points scored in Wild Card Weekend. I guess tied for the most if they would have won, because the Rams wouldn't have had 34. And then Matthew and Puka in the offense nearly cost them in the second game. So you have one version where like the defense has questions, one where the offense has questions. So that's something I'm thinking of heading into this. But overall, I think Puka is a name I'm thinking about a lot heading into this matchup.
Puka's always on my mind. I'm thinking about Devontae Adams. Last time we played, they didn't have Devontae Adams, and he just brings something else to the table. The best red zone receiver in the game. But yeah, your focus has to start with Puka. This dude, 1,700 yards, 10 touchdowns, and just plays with a motor that you rarely see, and a fire that you rarely see at the receiver position. Yeah, worried about him. They got weapons, man. Look, there's 4 teams left in this thing. 4 teams left. Everybody can play. I feel bad for the Denver Broncos. Because I don't see them winning this game without their quarterback. But you get to this point, you're going to have someone to worry about. Guarantee the Rams are looking over here and saying, JSN, K9, Sam Darnold, this defense. They're really probably looking at the defense and saying, and Marwari, that defensive line. So, yeah, it's supposed to be this way. You don't get lucky and get into the NFC Conference Championship Game. You got some dudes over there.
3-6-0, seriously, the Bears should have won that game. I don't know about should have won that game. I think that was in improbable final touchdown from Chicago that made me, maybe not that specific moment of Williams believer, but I was like, oh my God, maybe this is a team of destiny. Like maybe the Pope is on their side. I don't know what's happening here. Obviously an interception at the end gives the Rams the ball back, and they win with a field goal and put this one away in advance. But while the Rams haven't looked deadly, and I see them as less deadly and lethal heading into this one compared to Thursday night. Thursday night, if you would have me bet that day, I would have bet Seattle lost. Not because they weren't good enough to win, but the Rams just seemed like unstoppable. They haven't looked like that team. They've had questions pop up. They haven't been as great defensively. Defensive line helped them win in Chicago, but they haven't been as great defensively, and they've had more issues offensively.
Yeah, and I also think that Mike Macdonald has these guys dialed in right now, and he's dialed in as a coordinator. I think Kubiak is dialed in as a play caller. Timing is important when it comes to this too, right? You mentioned that they haven't been playing great defense. The offense hasn't been as explosive as we're used to seeing. Whereas you look at the Hawks, and yeah, granted, Sam only threw for 100 and something yards and 1 touchdown, but you rushed for 170, and that defense looks great. The timing of the matchup matters. I like the timing of this matchup because of what we've seen from the Seahawks as of late.
And someone mentioned this earlier, the Rams having played a bunch of road games, no weeks off, right? This is a presumably tired Rams team heading into this one. I still feel good about Seattle. Seattle is a slight favorite right now. And I think, yeah, and I think they should be. Usually you get like that field goal advantage being at home. So I think to some people it's mostly still a toss-up. I don't think that you'll be able to roll past the Rams the way that you did San Francisco. I think this is going to be really tough. But, Bump, I wonder, what do you think if Seahawks fans are probably looking forward to getting another shot at the Rams?
I'm ready. They should be ready. Coaches should be ready.
We ready.
What?
We ready.
Let's go. You're Seattle Seahawks, the team that got rid of Pete Carroll, let Geno go. DK is out of here. Lots of moving parts. Are playing to go to the Super Bowl. Are playing to go to the Super Bowl. Are we having this conversation later?
Go ahead. Yeah,
you're talking about it in the sports.
Much later.
Like, no one thought this was going down like this. You have people picking this team to finish fourth in the division, 7 to 8 wins. Like, this is just, I'm watching this go down. I'm doing the pre and post game show, and I'm talking to the fellas. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I didn't see this happening for this ball club. So the transition, it's been the best transition in the league in the past couple of years. No other team has made the major moves that this team has made and gotten to this point. So this is just fun, man. You know, actually, biggest New England, because they're doing over there in the AFC, the soft schedule AFC over there. But it's fun, man. And I got to pinch myself sometimes. I've been covering the Hawks for 10 years. I've never been a part of a team like this.
Yeah, nor have I. I wasn't covering during the 2013 Super Bowl run and 2012 when it was really exciting. So this has been really, really cool to watch up close. And I think us seeing it up close, and we've talked with people connected with this team, there's real belief in the building too. There's not just this kind of like, like what if the Rams end this road? Like, this is the most confident that even critical people I know who cover this team have felt about this team getting to and winning a Super Bowl. It's for real.
Yeah. Defense wins championships. Defense got to show up.
Well, defense wins championships. There is a question now about the run game without Zach Charbonnet. We're going to get to that next. Some breaking news.
First, with breaking Seahawks news.
Mike Macdonald. The bummer is Sharps. He's got a significant knee injury, unfortunately.
Stay with Seattle Sports for the very latest.
Breaks your heart. He's going to need surgery, so he's got a good long road to come back.
Get instant, up-to-the-minute breaking news alerts from the Seattle Sports app.
Is a torn ACL for Zach Charbonnet. Yeah.
And SeattleSports.com is the place for reaction and analysis. And we're streaming live on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice.
DayandNight.net.
Day and Night gives you a free furnace or water heater with installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace or water heater from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net.
Start having fun. Caesar Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino Resort is your #1 place to eat, drink, watch, and have fun. Keep up with your favorite sports anywhere and everywhere on property with the mobile app. Visit MuckleshootCasino.com today. Scan the QR code and let the play begin.
Muckleshoot.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
Hey, Brock Ewart here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. Are you tired of grilling in the cold and rain every winter? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the cold winter. Take advantage of off-season savings through February 15th, and you can get up to 10% off your entire project, plus 12 months with no payments and no interest. You see, most people don't consider building a deck in the winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming and designing your project so you're ready to build by spring. Planning and permits, they take a little time, so get started now. Get project ideas, browse the photos, and find all the offer details at pcfgroup.com. That's my friends online at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with People Come First.
Sometimes we hang on to our old attorneys and coaches too long. They've been around, they've done good work. But when the legal game changes, you need a team that is hungry to win now. At Bible Law Group, we're that faster, hard-hitting legal team, ready to fight for every inch in the courtroom. With over 40 million closed for our clients, we know how to win, and we're ready to take on the biggest legal case of your career with you. Don't stick with a playbook that's gone stale. Switch to the legal team that's ready to win now. Let Bible Law Group be your linebacker in the courtroom. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Listen to the 12th man.
And Seattle Sports on 710, the home of the Seahawks.
Are your investment dollars working as hard as they should be? You've spent years building your future. Don't let outdated advice put it at risk. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. We're a veteran-owned firm proud to bring a new standard of financial care to the Seattle area. Our nationally recognized advisors are fiduciaries, ethically bound to put your interests first. That's the highest standard of care in the industry. As a privately held company, we answer to you, our valued clients, not shareholders. For households with $500,000 or more, let us build you a customized plan. From Bellevue to Tacoma, get advice you can count on. It's time to take a fresh look at your financial plan. Call Trajan Wealth, 206-466-3300. That's 206-466-3300. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter, dream bigger.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Washington, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation, so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
You're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Mike Macdonald shared the unfortunate news this morning on With Brock and Salk that Zach Charbonnet's season is over.
The bummer is Sharps. So he's got a significant knee injury, unfortunately. Breaks your heart. He's going to need surgery, so he's going to be out for. He's got a good long road to come back, but so that's a. Our heart goes out to him, so prayers goes out to Sharps, and we love him, man. Just this guy is the epitome of what it means to be a Seahawk. I mean, absolute tough as nails, great teammate, great human being.
So what now for Seattle's run game? A big part of this is going to focus, obviously, on what they can very much still do with Ken Walker, and Ken Walker was your starter entering the season. What Charbonnet's done, and including 12 touchdowns, is very, very cool, but you could be in a worse spot for Seattle. But before we get there, Bump, we're going to start with some of their actual options. So Velus Jones, currently on the roster, got a few snaps in this game with Charbonnet out, and Cam Akers are options. There's also George Holani. He's currently on IR with a hamstring injury suffered in Week 12 against Tennessee. Playoff teams are allowed 3 IR return designations. The Seahawks have already used 2 of those on Elijah Arroyo and Chaz Surratt. So you could use a third one on Holani. Obviously, that would be it. You couldn't activate anyone else. You could roll with Velus, figure out what happens there. How are you feeling?
I feel one biggest is Zach Charbonnet.
Yeah.
This team is not where they are today without his presence in the red zone, going for 730, 12 touchdowns. I mean, he was a big part of this. This is why you use the 1-2 combo. You have 2 running backs who can get it done because the position is just so tough, man. I was texting with going back and forth with the texter. They're like, man, let's bring back Marshawn Lynch. I go, Marshawn is 40, and he's not in football shape. They're like, well, Phillip Rivers is 44. He played quarterback. It's just different. This is probably the most taxing position when it comes to your body because you are handed the football and 11 guys are trying to take your head off. And you got to run through the bigs, then you got to get through the linebackers, and then you get to that secondary. It's just hard, man. So biggest Zach Charbonnet, appreciate you. I still feel good, though.
Yeah.
And I almost feel bad that I feel good because I don't want to, like, poop on Charbonnet. You know what I mean?
You feel like you have to have the right tone.
Yeah, I'm like, I got to.
It is a bummer. He's a great kid.
Yeah, but I think K9 is all right. He's going to be just fine. All you need to do is sprinkle in some Cam Akers or Velus Jones. We saw George Holani. He did score a touchdown this year. That's 22 carries, I believe. Yeah, 22 for 73. I don't think it matters who's the second guy. The second guy is only going to be there to give Ken Walker a breather when he's tired. There's no longer, okay, we got to split these carries evenly. No, Ken Walker gets 95% of these carries now, and we are going to ride him until the wheels fall off. So I don't think it matters who the next guy is, honestly.
You mentioned in our last segment, for anyone just joining us now, I want to get back to it for that reason. You mentioned in our last segment that you felt that Ken had been better running downhill and that some of the things that kept Charbonnet getting those snaps at times over him, he's since corrected a little bit. What are you seeing?
Yeah, he's downhill. And Peyton, don't yell at me. Don't get mad at me, okay? Sean Payton yelling at folks for using the term downhill like it's not a football term.
I was like, where are you going with this?
Right?
Oh, you're
Goodness
right.
gracious. Down. So
he's going to go, what does downhill even mean to you? And you're going to go, well, I played. So.
Right? Like, actually,
he's going to go, sorry, my mistake.
I played the
my
game.
Mistake.
Played a little bit, Sean. It looks like he's giving the run more of a chance, the design of the run a chance. So when you're running your zone right, typically you're supposed to press the B gap. That means, so you look at the guard, the center guard, tackle, which is between them, right? You press the B gap and you give it time for your guard to get to that second level. If nothing's there, then you look for the cutback. To whereas initially it looked like he was just looking for the cutback.
Yeah, too quickly.
All right, so when you give that time, when you press the B gap, you give that time, you make the defense have to flow. That helps the cutback because now everyone's flowing to your right side if you're going zone right, and you have that cutback. He just has a better feel for the game right now. But I also think that the bigs are playing better too. Anthony Bradford is playing better. Sundell is playing good. Charles Cross was back. We didn't mention his name one time yesterday. He's playing good ball. So it's a combination of things, but it feels like Ken Walker has a better understanding and feel for the run game right now.
Are we overlooking the damage the pass game can still do? Like, to start the season, through week 9, actually, not even like the first month of the season, through week 9, this Seahawks team was averaging 103 rushing yards per game. For comparison, they're over 150 right now. Was averaging 103 rushing yards per game and was 29th in yards per carry. So they've taken a massive step forward there. Are we underestimating the impact that JSN, who had a quiet game, can still have? Like, does this suddenly become like, hey, Darnold, maybe you do have to pick it up a little bit here? I know we've got that oblique.
Nah. Nope.
No?
I think
you still feel good about the run.
I
Lead
do.
into the run.
I feel good about it. I think that teams are going to respect, the Rams are going to respect what the Hawks can do in the pass game. Even though Sam Darnold only threw for, 100, what did he throw for, my man? He threw for 124. Even though he only threw for 124.
Yeah.
17 attempts, they complete 70% of his passes. It's on film. They know what can go down if you ignore the pass, if you don't give JSN the respect and the attention that he deserves. That's the best part about this team right now is that they're playing such balanced football that teams have to prepare for everything. If we were playing against the the Bills right now, right? You would say, all right, you got to stop the run because Cook is going to do his thing and Josh Allen's going to get loose. Of course, they can throw the football, but because of what they don't have on the outside, it's a bit different. When you prepare for the Seahawks, you're preparing for everything. And, of course, this is the NFL. Coaches do prepare for everything. Sure. But you're not looking and saying, well, if we stop this, then we have to force them to do this. I feel good about that. No, I feel like if you want to stop the run and you want to pile up that box, get 7-8 guys in the box, I'm completely confident that Sam Darnold and JSN and A.J. Barner and the rest of the game, Cooper Kupp, who led the team in catches this past game, are good on the outside. This is just a good place to be in. I respect the Rams. They're a good football team. It's going to be tough, but the balance is there for this team.
You have a couple other questions from listeners. The 206, with the running backs, it's not just about rushing the ball. Charbonnet was our best pass-protecting back. That's a huge loss.
Facts, yeah. Yeah, he was. Step up, K9. I believe in K9. His pass – and here's the thing, too, is we kind of fall in love with some stuff in the beginning of the season. We fell in love with the idea that Ken Walker's not good at pass pro. Zach Charbonnet is the better one. He is the better running back at pass pro, but it's not like K9 don't know what the heck he's doing.
No, but he did have wasn't one of those sacks of Sam Darnold, in part K9 also.
Charbonnet gave up a sack last game.
Okay.
I mean, you get beat. It's hard because it's almost like we expect perfection out of these dudes when they're human beings, and you're going to get beat. Like Zach Charbonnet, and I talk about my man like this. I love you, Zach Charbonnet. Got put on his butt last game, you know what I mean, and lost the battle, and Darnold got sacked. But because we start the season, it goes all the way back to training camp, and we hear how Mike Macdonald loves Zach Charbonnet, how he's great in the pass pro. We stick that in our head and automatically assume that K9 is not capable of doing that. He's more than capable. Is Zach Charbonnet the better running back when it comes to pass pro? Yes, but K9 is no dummy.
Last one very quickly. Shane in Victoria says, do you think K9's surge last game was due in part to having the full weight of responsibility thrust upon him?
I've been seeing it the last 3 weeks. I don't think it's just last game. I think he's really feeling it right now.
Coming up at 11:15, we'll get back to this a little bit. Bum talks about what he's noticing with the run game and what was proven true this past weekend before we do plays of the game. Coming your way next.
I got to get mentally into this.
The Mike Macdonald Show.
That was the most complimentary game you said you've played.
Yeah, I could have easily said complete game for sure. That highlights like the synergy and connection that we have with our group. It's not like we're not playing in silos. You know, defensively, when it's our opportunity to take the field, we're trying to help the offense out. You know, vice versa offense. You know, we did a great job of scoring in the red zone, you know, finishing drives off, things like that.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Amy Cox did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. And with that money, she decided to treat herself to an anti-aging red light mask. Will she look like a horror movie villain every night? Yes. Will her boyfriend Kevin be scarred for life? That's certainly a risk. But it's Amy's savings, and if she's willing to risk her relationship for smooth, wrinkle-free skin, well, bye-bye, Kevin. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
To me, the LJ way is to provide an experience that people really enjoy being a part of.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
My
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
We expect our information in real time. US Med carries continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. So call 888-665-0696 today for a free insurance and Medicare benefits check as easy as... That's 888-665-0696.
Now is your time to get into a new D.R. Horton home by taking advantage of its National Red Tag Sales event going on right now through January 25th. Stop by any of its participating communities and find select Red Tag homes at incredible pricing. So whether you're buying your first home or looking for an upgrade, you don't want to miss the Red Tag Sales event going on right now. Discover the D.R. Horton difference. Visit drhorton.com. D.R. Horton, America's builder and equal housing opportunity builder.
Adrian here from Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Winter might seem like an odd time to replace your windows, but now is when you get the best deals. Our Leak Armor installation team will keep your home warm and dry while installing beautiful, new energy-efficient windows. You'll feel the difference right away. Quieter rooms, lower energy bills, and a more comfortable home.
Right now, save $600 on windows and $1,500 on doors from Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Plus, enjoy 12 months same-as-cash financing. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
See your favorite Seattle Mariners up close at the Peoria Sports Complex. Come to sunny and warm Peoria, Arizona to celebrate an AL West championship and the beginning of another great season for your Mariners. Spring training in Peoria has plenty of sunshine, warm temperatures, great food, and the best seats in baseball. It's family fun for fans of all ages. Book your trip today. Support your 2026 Seattle Mariners in Arizona for what promises to be another exciting season. Get your tickets at PeoriaBaseball.com.
Live professional boxing is back with the main event, February 6th at Emerald Queen Casino. Get ready for an electrifying night of professional boxing. The main event, powered by WFC, February 6th, only at Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Let's go! This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Number 1 Indiana and number 10 Miami square off in tonight's college football playoff national championship game. You can hear the entire game on Seattle Sports starting at 4:30. Breaking news out of the NFL this morning per ESPN's Adam Schefter. The Bills have fired head coach Sean McDermott, who led the Bills to 5 AFC East division titles in 9 seasons. The Bills were eliminated Saturday afternoon by the number 1 seed Denver Broncos.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. Love plays the game when basically the entire game is a highlight reel for Seattle. So let's get to it. With the first play of the game, a 95-yard return. Rashid Shaheed put 7 on the board for Seattle before the 49ers even touched the ball.
Pinheiro tees it up, looks downfield, strides forward, and we're off and running, end over end. Shaheed at his own 5, across the 10, 15, 20. Cuts straight upfield, has a gap, across the 40, midfield 50. Try to trip him, don't get him. Flag is down. Shaheed to the end zone. Holy catfish! Open the game with a 95-yard touchdown Seahawks. Rashid Shaheed, the flag is down because Pinheiro tried to trip him. And Rashid Shaheed just sprinted right through the entire coverage team of the San Francisco 49ers. What a way to start this one. 95 yards.
You know, Bump, I've been working on getting you to just kind of respect kickers more, to see them as football players and part of the team. And I fear that for all the good Jason Myers did, Pinero might have set them back with trying to trip Shaheed. What'd you see on this one?
I'm not even going to comment on that because that's coming up in 4-down territory.
Okay.
But I like what the Seahawks are doing with this kick return. Typically, you have 2 returners back there. Now you have 1. So what that does is it adds another blocker for the Seahawks when it comes to the kick. Tyrese Knight seals his guy and makes this thing go, man. But it's Rashid Shaheed. He finds the lane, gets wide, gets up the sideline. I haven't been this juiced up since 2006 when I took a punt to the house. I was so excited, but I couldn't express myself because I didn't want to jack up Rabel's call. I'm like right behind him going crazy. And the stadium was shaking.
I was just about to ask you to take us through it.
It was amazing, man. That's the best way to ever open up a football game. You want to defer? Give us the rock. Deuce got loose. I told y'all he's going to get loose. Let's go.
He sure did. I
sure did.
Unfortunately had to watch this one on the broadcast. I was home with my dog, and so I wish I would have seen it in person. I'm very jealous about that. But on the broadcast, there was something really, really cool about kind of the lingering smoke from fireworks, too. Like, something about it was just kind of like an ominous, like, Seattle atmosphere. There's smoke in the air. Fans are crazy. He's running it back. It's like you're lost in the chaos of it as the 49ers. I thought it was so cool.
They put some new lights in the stadiums, too. Down cool. the walkways and stuff. Everything's lighting up. It was dope.
All right, let's get to the next play here. It's another Seahawks highlight. So this one's going to be 4th and 1, and I will say this. For as good as San Francisco has been on 3rd down this year, and they were fine in this one. I think they were around 50%. These 4th down failures were massive. This one is a Juszczyk fumble at 11:21.
So here we go, 4th down and 1. Purdy goes under center. McCaffrey in the backfield, along with Juszczyk, an offset eye. Handoff to Juszczyk. He's going to go to the right side. It's going to be a quick toss. Ball's on the ground. It falls out of bounds. They tried a little trickeration going to the right side with a handoff. A handoff to Juszczyk. He tried to toss it back to McCaffrey. The ball is fumbled out of bounds, and the Seahawks take over 1st and 10.
Now, that will end up being a 31-yard field goal on the corresponding drive for Seattle. What'd you see on this 4th and 1 stop and takeaway?
This is one of the worst calls I've ever seen Shanahan do. This is desperate. You're going to run an option
with your
fullback to your running back. You're overloading the boundary side of the field. That's the short side of the field. They're on the right hash. This is a field type of play. This is the worst call I've ever seen from Shanahan. It was desperate. Consider
that the first quarter alone had a 95-yard kickoff return touchdown to put 7 on the board. A takeaway after a fumble forced by DeMarcus Lawrence to force the ball out of bounds. The Seahawks take over out of field goal to make it 10. And then forcing another fumble, this one actually recovered by Seattle, and we're going to go to that one right now. It's at 4:24.
Purdy sends McCaffrey out to the right side. Now he comes back across the formation. Purdy throws back inside. Ball is caught for a first down. Ball comes out. Ball's recovered by the Seahawks. Across the 40-yard line. First down. Seahawks have the ball as they strip the receiver on the play.
Curtis, you mentioned believing that this game was won basically on that kickoff return. Bump, you said that you needed to see more. Guys, I think this moment right here when the defense was unrelenting, we're only in the first quarter, it's a 10-0 game, but this is when I thought, okay, this one might be done.
Yeah, it's the all-pro linebacker, Ernest Jones, man. You got McCaffrey, or excuse me, not McCaffrey, is there a tight end? I forget which one it was. Tonjes, thank you. Gets the ball like a whip route, right? He fakes like he's going out. He whips it back in, and 13 just goes straight to him, punches that thing out. This is why you rally to the football. When the ball's on the ground, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Seahawks right there ready to scoop that thing up.
All right, let's go to the first touchdown of the offense for Seattle. This one is going to be 2nd and 4 from the 4-yard line at 1:55 remaining in the first. Sam Darnold finds JSN for a dart.
2 tight ends in the game for Darnold, who goes under center. Walker, the single setback. Play fake to him. Sam is going to roll left. Looking. Sam throws. Back of the end zone. Is it caught inbounds? It is! Touchdown! Seahawks! Far back corner of the end zone. Guess who? It is number 11, Jackson Smith. in Jigba. And he is waving to the crowd in the south end zone. A perfect pass by Darnold.
That oblique's feeling okay. Tordell is doing its job on this one. What'd you see? I thought this was one of his best passes of the day.
This is a great throw. If you can look at the end zone view of this behind the line of scrimmage, you'll see how great this is. You heard Sam Darnold talk about this. He said, I didn't think the safety was running hard enough to the corner. That's why I gave it a chance. The fact that he processed that so quickly and put it right in the corner was beautiful. You see how Jason running a crossing route. Looks like the Niners are in man defense. I said Jason, one of the best cross route runners in the game. Good concentration, better throw. We've had another great catch over there back in the day. Remember the toe tap from Tyler Lockett against the Rams in that back
Very
corner?
improbable catch.
Yeah, something about that corner, man. Receivers start balling.
All right, let's go to the second quarter. We're looking at 2:39. Leading up to this, by the way, San Francisco is able to add a pair of field goals. Little do they know it's going to be the only points they score that day. But the score right now, 17-6. So Seattle at 2:39 remaining in the first half. Hands the ball off Rashid Shaheed, 30 yards.
Play fake to him. Here comes an end around. Rashid Shaheed goes right side. He's got blockers. He's across midfield. Cuts back inside. Accelerates all the way down to the San Francisco 35-yard line. What a great play design. I mean, there were a bunch of blue jerseys and almost no white jerseys out there. A 30-yard run by Rashid Shaheed, who's going to be tired after this one.
Rabel said it's a great play design. What makes it a great play design?
It's just timing. You don't see a lot of this from the Seahawks. You got Rashid Shaheed on the left side. You got your right guard pulling. All right, it looks like it's going to be a handoff, and that the right guard and the tight end to the right side pull. The tight end stops and whips back around. So you got the defense flowing the wrong direction, and then Rashid catches gets the football, goes in and around, and then it's just big boys out there, man. You got 3 linemen, 4 linemen, Cooper Kupp doing his thing. It was the influence by the pulling guard and the tight end that influenced defense that made this pop.
Ken Walker III has a hat trick, so let's get to the first. 1st and 7 from the San Francisco 7-yard line, 36 seconds remaining. Ken Walker, 7 yards for 7.
Tight slot to the left side. Hand off to Walker, cuts back to the left. He's gonna take it in. Touchdown, Seahawks. A little bit of a skip step and an adjustment to the possible tackle. He stepped right out of it and just trots into the end zone from 7 yards out. And the Seahawks extend their lead 23-6 in this divisional playoff game. Those are big points considering the Niners are going to get the ball to start the second half.
The Seahawks are not done adding, and Ken Walker is not done finding the end zone. But how did he find the end zone this first time?
It's a little zone right. You got a big Cooper Kupp. I think he got a shout out after the game, and one of the players' pressure, just how great of a blocker he is. And he seals that edge for him, and he blocks down, so does Jason. He blocks down. Cooper Kupp blocks out on the defensive line. You got Jason who climbs up to the linebacker, which really leaves a one-on-one with K9 and a DB. A safety comes down, tried to make a tackle. Doesn't happen. But again, he's just filling the flow of the run game.
Yeah.
Beautiful run. Great blocks by 2 receivers.
To the third quarter, let's get to some defensive highlights here. This one is going to be San Francisco's drive at 12-10. It is a 4th and 2 attempt.
There's the snap to Purdy, who stopped. He gets it. He goes down. And it is Leo Williams all the way back at the 40. They were looking for the sack, and they got it. Leo Williams. 12:06 to play. The Seahawks take over in San Francisco territory with a 24-6 lead.
As a sidebar, I love Leo and Derek Hall's celebration on that one.
What is it?
It's when they do like the crisscross and then they do the Leo kind of it's good stuff. Good stuff. Defense was feeling themselves on this drive and all day long, as they should, because they were suffocating. The 49ers couldn't get anywhere. What'd you see on this 4th down?
This is Leo, man. He lines up in a 3 technique, and he just gets at the tackle. Yeah, gets at the guard, dips his shoulder, gets in the backfield. Nothing special. I'm bigger, faster, stronger than you.
Okay, so Jason Myers adds a 24-yard field goal. The score right now is 27-6. Seattle ahead. I love that they're going to continue to add another 10-plus points. So we are looking at another San Francisco 49ers drive here. They're trying to add more points. 6-18. It's not going to work.
McCaffrey stays in on 1st and 10 at their own 42. Play fake to him. Purdy now, 7-step drop. Slides to the left in the pocket. Has time. Dumps it over the middle. Ball is intercepted. And it is Jones at the 45-yard line who takes it away from the tight end. Jones now with 5 in the regular season. Add on to that.
6 interceptions for Ernest Jones this year. What'd you see on this play?
Ernest Jones in perfect position. It was a horrible effort by the tight end there. But what really makes this thing pop is D. Hall. D. Hall is whipping around, putting pressure on Purdy. Purdy has to slide to his right side, kind of throwing across his body, which influences the angle of the throw. And Ernest Jones is being where he's supposed to be, attacking the football. One of the best in the game.
I'm glad you mentioned him being where he's supposed to be. Curtis, you earlier were giving Dave Wyman some credit on this Ernest Jones interception.
Yeah, earlier in the game, Ernest came up short in trying to tip a pass, and then Wyman on the broadcast said something about how earlier in the season he had seen a play like that happen to Ernest Jones, and then later in the game he played with a little more depth to him, and then sure enough, in the first quarter, Jones goes for the ball, doesn't come down with the interception, but comes down with it in the third quarter here.
All right, 2:28 bump, and we are going to Ken Walker's second touchdown of the day, this one from 15 out.
Sam under center is going to hand the ball off. Coming near side is Walker. 10, 5, dives in, touchdown, Seahawks! From 15 out, his second TD tonight, Ken Walker the third, and he just accelerates past. And defensive players for San Francisco are just left standing there. And I don't want to call it a blowout, but right now, friends, 33-6. The Seahawks on top, and there's still 2:23 to play in the third.
That's Raves being a professional in the postseason. This is a blowout. Like you said, 34-6. Ken Walker adding that not final score on there and not his final touchdowns. How did this play work? What Ken do? What did Kubiak do here?
It wasn't even Ken, honestly.
Oh?
It was everybody else.
Okay.
It was Rashid Shaheed on the outside. It was A.J. Barnett. It was Eric Saubert. It was Gray Zabel. It was Sundell. It was the backside taking care of their guys. Anthony Bradford. All K9 had to do was press the B like we talked about and accelerate. Yes, he gets all the love for it, but everyone else did what they were supposed to do.
Okay, did Ken help out on his final touchdown? We're going to jump to it now in the fourth quarter, 12:47. This one from 6 yards out.
The handoff, Walker, he's coming back to the right side. He is going to score! Touchdown, Seahawks! Ken Walker, the third, skips in around the right side. Great blocking. The Niners haven't stopped it yet. His third touchdown of the night. Ken Walker, I think, might get a game ball by the time this is over, and knowing K9, he'll give it to his offensive line.
I would hope he did. What'd you see on this one from Ken Walker?
Gray Zabel, not Gray Zabel. We got Sundell. Sundell snaps the football, and now he pulls to the right side and is leading the charge. You got Cooper Kupp, who's on the right side, who takes care of his guy, but you just follow 61, and K9 doing exactly what he's supposed to do. You follow the big. He will take you into the end zone. He scores. Sundell and Cooper Kupp did their thing. K9 with the vision.
All right, Bump, one final play here. We're going to go to 9:22. Here's why I like this as a final play. Not only was Ken Walker the last scoring play for Seattle, that 41-6 score is going to stand, but we started the show by talking about a great midseason acquisition, a great move by John Schneider. This one, a great signing by John Schneider. It's DeMarcus Lawrence at 9:22.
Purdy from the shotgun, James in the backfield, so it looks like McCaffrey's done. Four-man rush by the Hawks. Purdy gets hit. Ball comes out on the ground. Ball is recovered by the Seahawks. Nick Ebenwari. Purdy coughs it up after the sack. Was it D-Law on the sack? I believe, no, it was Jay Reed. Gets the sack, forces the fumble. Seahawks recover. This is a night that Purdy, no, it is DeMarcus Lawrence.
It was DeMarcus Lawrence, furthest he's ever gotten in the playoffs now.
D-Law, welcome to Seattle. He's been great. It's just a one-on-one. He's a one-on-one with the tackle. He gets a little inside move. He dips and goes around, uses his hands, and just chases down Brock Purdy. Anyone can get it. You got defensive lineman causing fumbles. You got your middle linebacker causing fumbles, getting an interception. On the outside, you're playing solid in coverage. This defense is complete, and I think we saw a little bit of everything last week.
The 49ers had some interesting things to say after this game. We're going to get to that in 15 minutes in the timeline right now. Let's get to 4 down territory.
This is 4 down territory, going inside the game with former Seahawks and Coug wide receiver Michael Bumpus.
First down, Bump, what did you notice about the run game?
So when it comes to K9, he rushed the ball 19 times for 116 yards, 6.1 per clip. 3 touchdowns, a long of 15. There are only about 2 plays or 3 plays out of 19 where they ran a gap scheme where you're pulling somebody. We just broke down one play where you're pulling something down. Most of the time, it is just zone, or what they call duos, when they're double teaming the interior lineman and they're climbing to the second level. It was nothing special. It was, we're going to run zone, try to stop us. And just the way that K9 was flowing, the way that the offensive linemen were getting to that second level, it was beautiful. There was nothing special about the design of these plays. Maybe have a tight end to the strong side one time, maybe you motion a guy, but it wasn't like they're trying to confuse them. They're saying, we are just better than you. We're going to run duo. We're going to run zone at you every single play, and they couldn't stop it. That is demoralizing. If you are a defense and you know they're running the football and there's nothing you can do about it, oh man, it's it can hurt your feelings a little bit.
Second down. What was proven to be true this weekend?
Dang kickers. You tried to slide tackle?
Get to it.
You tried to slide tackle.
I should have known.
For all the love I gave you kickers last week, I was turning a corner. I'm saying, you know
really
what, Michael? You got to be better.
Yep.
You got to show some love.
Yep.
It's 2026.
Not
You
now.
need to change your mind. Goodness gracious, you tried to slide tackle. I had my homie hit me up, Lauren Langley. He was our kicker at WSU. He was like, Bum, were you talking about me last week when I was talking about the kickers? Because he's about $135. And I was like, I'm about 135 pounds. And we're putting it on you. I go, nah, we was calling Peanut. Like, nah, Peanut, I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about these NFL kickers. This is embarrassing. Tried to slide tackle. Why you got pads on? This is why they're not football players. Why do you have pads on? You're going to try to slide tackle. It was embarrassing. You should be ashamed of yourself. You kickers, y'all got some work to do now. You almost had me. But then old boy went out there trying to slide tackle Rashid Shaheed. What's going on,
That's
man?
They had us in the first half, not going to lie. I mean, like, you guys, just if anyone is listening for the very first time ever, we have spent the entire season, Curtis and I, trying to convince Bump that kickers are people, kickers are worthy of love.
We're getting close.
They're good. We really were so close to convincing him that kickers were football players. And Jason Myers had done a lot of really good work there. Work there.
All for nothing.
And I feel like this set everything back. This set months of work back. I'm devastated.
It's embarrassing. Why do you have pads on? You know what? Don't even put kickers in pads no more. Don't touch them. Just have them go out there and kick it, and they can walk off the field when they're done.
Third down. Who had great games but won't show up in the box score?
Eric Saubert, A.J. Barner. I thought A.J. would have a big game when it comes to catching the football. I don't think he had a target, but it does not matter. Him, yeah, he did have a target. He had one catch, actually. No, he had a carry. He had a barnyard. But no targets, no receptions. But him and Eric Saubert were blocking their rear ends off, man. We talk about that run game. I'm like, I gave love to the offensive lineman, but these tight ends were doing their thing, man. They were violent. Their hands were tight. They were driving them. It was beautiful. It was dominant in the run game. Dominant. You put up 180 one week, 175 the next week. That's like when you're a little kid and you have like a cousin, a smaller cousin or a brother or sister, and you're like, stop hitting yourself. Like, you're making them hit themselves. Like, stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
That's
what it was like.
It's
like, stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself. It was bully ball, and I loved it. But Eric Saubert and A.J. Barner had themselves a game.
The 206 said, I actually thought about Bump when I saw that play. Your brand is now hating kickers.
You tried to slide tackle.
Okay, is there anything that Jason Myers could do? What if he hits like a 62-yarder to send them to the Super Bowl? Would that undo a little bit of that?
It will.
Okay.
But you got some work to do.
Okay, Jason.
Oh, boy. I might as well just ran out there and gave him a red card. We're playing soccer? What are we doing?
Oh, my God. Jason, if you're listening, kickers everywhere are counting on you to undo some of that damage, okay? We tried to put in work and guide Bump to a different place with kickers, but he's been sent back.
I need you.
Fourth down. What are you looking forward to this Thursday?
What do we do every Thursday?
Hype train.
The huddle.
Oh.
That too.
We do hype train. But I'm looking forward to Thursday because when we spoke to Uchenna Nwosu, the confidence that he had was 41-6. The way, I'm telling y'all, he walked in confident.
Yeah. He was chewing gum.
Chewing gum during the interview.
It was about to be like, hey, man.
Like, this is what it is. I wish I could say what I think he was thinking. He was like, we gonna whoop that, you know what? You know what I mean? It was just, you could see it. You could feel it. So now I want to see how they feel about this Rams team because I believe they have more respect for the Rams than they do for the 49ers.
Yeah.
Because they're going to watch the film, they understand the battles that these two teams have been in. But I want to feel the players and understand where their mindset is because that was foreshadowing. The way Uchenna walked in that thing and was talking that talk, we should have known it was going to be a blowout.
Yeah. There's like an attitude that I've been missing with this Seahawks team for years that I feel like Uchenna has and a couple other guys have. Not only is there a genuine closeness, like where I think guys genuinely like each other. And look, every single guy in every single locker room isn't going to be brotherly love all the time. It's a business place, right?
Yeah.
It's not Boy Scouts. But this is a pretty close team. Compared to a lot of teams that I've covered, which is cool. But there's also just an attitude and a cockiness and a confidence that the defense has, where it's like, in addition to a violence and a hard hitting and like efficiency missing from defense, they've been missing since their Legion of Boom days, just like pure confidence.
It's back. It's back. It's in that building. And you know what I think too? I think Mike Macdonald behind closed doors is the same way. I think he's going to come out. He's going to talk to the media and say the right things. But I've heard from people in that organization, you get behind those closed doors and you get in that locker room with Mike Macdonald, he got that same type of swag too.
Oh my God, I need to know. Because he's spent like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes total talking with us, like off air, like maybe after an interview. And he's I think a little more relaxed. I think he's still adjusting to like, he's just focused on ball, man. Like, remember when they asked him, hey, it's a leap year or something like that, or what would you do with an extra hour in the day? And or daylight savings, and they said, what would you do with an extra hour? He was like, watch film.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's just how he is. So he relaxes a little bit more. But we don't see that part of him. We don't see the in the meeting room part of him.
A team is always a reflection of their coach.
Yeah.
And if these dudes are walking around with their chests out the way that they are because it's earned and deserved, I guarantee you Mike Macdonald has some of that too.
You guys are going to want to hear this sound we got coming up. You are going to want to hear it. The 49ers got the world rocked by the Seahawks Saturday night, but they sure thought the game was closer than the score indicated.
Goodness gracious.
That's next.
Be there when the Seahawks make history. Hello! Seattle Sports is giving away 2 tickets to the NFC Championship Game. Sunday against LA at Lumen Field.
Oh, my word!
Open the Seattle Sports app, then click the Win tab to enter. You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your odds.
I can't tell you how pumped I am to see what the 12s bring.
Enter daily now through Wednesday, January 21st. Contest rules at mynorthwest.com/win.
Hey, Brock Ewart here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. Are you tired of grilling in the cold and rain every winter? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the cold winter. Take advantage of off-season savings through February 15th, and you can get up to 10% off your entire project, plus 12 months with no payments and no interest. You see, most people don't consider building a deck in the winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming and designing your project so you're ready to build by spring. Planning and permits, they take a little time, so get started now. Get project ideas, browse the photos, and find all the offer details at pcfgroup.com. That's my friends online at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with People Come First.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
What makes you so different than the rest of us?
We ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Tell me more.
Our investment counselors focus on service over sales, prioritizing clients' needs.
How do you make money?
We don't sell any commission-based products. We have a simple management fee based on the value of our clients' portfolio. So we do better when our clients do better.
What about client portfolios?
We get to know each client, their finances, family, health, lifestyle, and more, and then we tailor a portfolio based on their specific goals and needs.
Your clients really come first then, huh?
Yes, we make them a top priority. Our goal is helping them achieve a comfortable retirement.
Wow, maybe we are different.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss. Our number one thing with them is always like, hey, welcome someone in and assure them that they're in the right place. We're going to take care of them.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
I've always wanted to learn French, but the app I tried didn't help.
If you want to memorize words in another language, there's an app for that. But if you want to really learn another language, there's Babbel. Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different. Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Babbel feels like it was created intentionally by people who really know what you need to learn another language. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Want to really learn another language? Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com to save up to 50%. Babbel.com.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit Bucky's.com.
Listen every day to the Bump and Stacy Show for headline rewrites. Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services. Security systems and fire alarms for every business. Bay Alarm, we got you.
At Bible Law Group, we understand what it means to be local legal representation. From shopping at the Bon Marché, picking up gear at Chubby and Tubby, crying for Joey Cora, now for Cal, grabbing a burger while JP Patches clowns by. We live here and fight for you. That's why Bible Law gives local representation to those facing legal problems too big for prayers, even if you can't pronounce Squim or Puyallup. Our legal team has secured more than $40 million in settlements for our clients. We're ready to fight for you. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
Hi, I'm Dustin, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. I know finding a dream engagement ring can be overwhelming, but don't worry, we got you. As director of diamond sourcing, it's my job to make sure every single diamond at Shane Company is truly the best of the best. Our team travels the world to see diamonds up close, in person. We handpick each one for its unique fire, brilliance, and scintillation. Diamond buying is an art. Of course, we look at cut, color, clarity, and carat, known as the 4 C's, but that's not all. We also look at how each diamond looks on a hand, where it will be worn, how it makes you feel, and if it's worthy of a Shane Company customer. That type of expertise only comes from working for a company that's been a family business since 1929. We also think about your budget. We only pick the best in each grade in all shapes and sizes. Your diamond is guaranteed to be the most beautiful because a friend wants you to pick from only the best. Drop by your store or shaneco.com and see for yourself. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Excite Fight Live MMA brings you a night of raw adrenaline and heart-pounding action. See the fiercest fighters go head-to-head at Muckleshoot Casino Resort at 7 p.m. on Saturday, January 31st. Tickets are selling fast. Get yours before they're gone at MuckleshootCasino.com. It's a fight night like you wouldn't believe. Don't miss Live MMA Saturday, January 31st at Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
This is The Timeline
with Bump and Stacy.
Brought to you by 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
Before I get to our story here, some interesting sound from 49ers players after this one. You were in the broadcast booth, walking around in the press box, obviously behind the scenes as a member of the Seahawks pre- and post-game show. Did you see Tom Brady walking around?
I did. And at first, I was reminded that he was there because usually in the national broadcast booth, doors open. I'll go in there sometimes, peek around, see who's there. But this time the door was closed, and there was a massive man that was standing about 6'9", 6'10", in front of that door with his arms crossed, making sure nobody got up in that thing.
You think he plays ball?
I hope he did at one point. That's when I knew that Tom Brady was in the building. And then I go to the radio broadcast, and Curtis's wife is there, Brenna, and she says, I was told not to look into the booth because Tom Brady doesn't want people staring at him. Guess what I did? I look right in that booth. Tom, you ain't going to scare me.
Wild.
You should have pressed your face up against the glass like kids
like
do.
at the zoo, start knocking on it.
Right, you're a guest in our house, Tom. Okay,
Yeah.
I've been in this building for a long time.
You're Tom Brady. Hey.
Like, what do you expect?
Okay,
You're Tom Brady.
You can have a giant security officer who definitely should have hooped at one point guarding you. That's fine. To say, don't look at me, that's like what we pretend that divas do with, like, no one's allowed to look at her when she's in the green room. Like, that's a joke that we run. What do you mean, don't look at you? You're on TV.
And it's a glass window. We're right there. I look at whoever's in there every single week.
I don't
take
like
a peek.
that from Tom. Tom, you need to calm down.
Come on,
you
man.
need to calm down.
The only people allowed in that level of the stadium go through like multiple layers of security
Right?
anyway to
the
get
people
there.
looking at you are like assistant coaches walking by, or reporters, or like Brenna, who's an engineer.
I
there
literally
aren't fans there.
have to scan my face before I walk into one
Right?
section, and then scan my credentials when I walk into the
I
other.
had to do a blood test.
You tripping, Tom?
That's a flag on the play for Tom Brady. I don't like that. That should be a get off my lawn. That is.
It should be.
That's wild.
It might be.
And that's kind of surprising because Tom, you would think, would be comfortable with his level of fame.
Yeah.
And the last time he was here, I was actually in the press box, and like he had security, but it's like you'd think he'd be used to this. Like he was famous for the famous people that walk around back there.
Right, Tom.
Oh, flag on the play.
You're the GOAT, man. Everyone's going to take a peek, man.
Maybe a flag on this play, too. The 49ers got their world rocked by the Seahawks Saturday night, but they sure thought the game was closer than the score indicated. Trent Williams said a healthy George Kittle would have made all the difference.
Obviously, we ain't got, we down to all the best tight end in the world, right? It's a lot of things that we're up against, not just Seattle. So, we split the game. They won one. During the season, we came down here with a healthy team, and we won. I think that's what we can be. Obviously, when you're playing with guys, you're signing out practice squads, guys is, you taking off the street. You got to temper your expectations a little bit.
I don't know, Trent. 3 games in the season, you did not, in fact, split those games. You took 1 game in week 1. But you know what? That's not even the worst part. This one bump. Diamador Lenore said it would have been a landslide if the 49ers had a healthy roster.
If you guys were healthy, do you feel like different outcome?
Landslide. To have them guys, back, it's it's going to be a totally different game. But, we can't make no excuses. We had enough guys in here to get the job done. So I feel like, it just didn't go in our favor today.
A landslide bump. A landslide.
How do you go from 41-6 to a landslide?
Tell me that. Riddle me that. It'd be one
That's
thing if the
interesting.
Seahawks won by 3, and you're like, man,
Yeah.
if we were healthy, 41-6.
But you know what? What do you expect from this young man?
Logic?
This
I don't
is
know.
who he is. So after the game, my brother's a big 49ers fan. So after the game, I linked up with him. I actually went out, which I don't do often. And we're out, and he's still wearing his Niner gear, and he was so depressed. And he sounded like one of these guys making all these excuses. If we had this and we had that. I said, my brother, you didn't have that. And it's 41-6. So just take it on the chin. You got to wait another year. It's been 100 years since the Niners have won the championship, and it ain't happening this year.
That's a level of cope that is honestly impressive. Like, that's who I strive to be as a person, is like leaving a bad situation and being like, honestly, if this would have happened, then I would just, I can't even think of a real world example because it's so ridiculous. You cannot lose a game 41-6 and say if you were healthy, the opposite would have been true. The Seahawks dropped 41 points on you. Yes, you are a very banged up team, and I think the story of the 49ers season is very impressive regardless of what you feel about like what Diamador Lenore said. Yeah, they've been very banged up. What them and what Kyle Shanahan have been able to do to get to this level of the playoffs, to be fighting for the number 1 seed in the final week of the season is impressive. But a landslide?
Man, you still had probably the most versatile running back in the game. And McCaffrey, he got banged up too. I was watching him on the sideline. Something's wrong with his shoulder.
He had
I believe.
a stinger.
Yeah. But listen, this is what happens when you get beat down like this in a rivalry game. You're gonna make excuses and bring up hypotheticals. But end of the day, 41-6. Go ahead. You can go to Cancun now. Fine.
The finish to Bills-Broncos left a bad taste in the mouths of everyone outside Denver. Did the refs botch this simultaneous catch by Buffalo's Brandon Cooks and Denver's Jaleel McLaughlin in overtime? It was ruled an interception.
They pick it up, and they go deep down the field, and the pass is caught. No, it's McMillan has the football. How about that?
Now, former Bills head coach Sean McDermott wasn't going to let that call go without a fight.
It's hard for me to, and I've had a chance to look at, it's hard for me to understand why it was ruled the way it was ruled. And if it is ruled that way, then why wasn't it slowed down? Just to make sure that we have this right. That would have made a lot of sense to me, to make sure that we have this thing right, because that's a pivotal play in the game. We have the ball at the 20, maybe kicking a game-winning field goal right there. So I'll just leave it at that. But I'm saying it because I'm standing up for Buffalo. Damn it, I'm standing up for us. Because what went on is not how it should go down, in my estimation. That plays, these guys spend 3 hours out there playing football, pouring their guts out, to not even say, hey, let's just slow this thing down. That's why I'm bothered.
11 years after the Des Caught game, here we are talking about whether a catch was a catch. Now, very different context here, but Bump, was it a catch?
I think it was. I think he caught the football, and he goes down to the ground. As soon as he is on the ground, he makes contact with the defender. Then the defender strips the ball away. As far as I know, you catch the ball, you touch the ground, you are touched. The play is now dead, so you can't continue to take the ball away from the receiver. Made no sense to me, man. But, I'm not surprised. It's NFL.
There was some criticism during the Bears-Rams game that the catch that Devontae Adams was ruled to have made was very similar to this one, but went in favor of the Rams. Did you think that was the case?
Yeah. There's just no consistency, man. It's I don't know what a catch is anymore. I've never known what a catch was, unless if there's any type of contact or bobble or there's another defender, it's all up to the referee. And I think they got that one absolutely wrong.
It's so interesting because after the, ironically, I just mentioned the Des Caught game. After that, we all, as NFL fans, as a league, went to these great lengths to try to, over time, change the definition of a catch to make it much more clear.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we get into this moment. And you can say that, let's say, turnovers by Josh Allen and the Bills ultimately led to their demise. And you'd be perfectly fair. But this is overtime. This is a play that if it is ruled a catch, you win that game. Like, this does decide the game.
If you win
you
that
have to
game,
get it right.
McDermott still has a job. That play might have cost him his job.
I just think it was a bad call, too. I'm with you on that one. We've seen players go to drastic lengths to stay warm in frigid temperatures, but the Rams went way outside the box. NBC's Melissa Stark had the wild report from the sidelines. You will not believe what they tried to do to stay warm.
And get this, some of the Rams have put cayenne pepper in their socks. Yes, just like this one that you can buy at the grocery store. I'm told it brings heat and it keeps the blood flowing, Kaylee. Whatever works.
Cayenne pepper in the socks.
Interesting. I feel like that would sting more than keep it warm.
Yeah, I don't.
Does it even do anything?
I don't know.
Is it more of a placebo?
It feels very fitting that a team from LA would have like a holistic approach to like, no, we're not going to use
this wheatgrass. It helps me stay warm.
These wheatgrass shots. Us, we just have some matcha lattes on the side instead of Gatorade.
That's wild. It's a little bit too much. Just man up and play football.
Yeah.
You want to stay warm? Run around.
So where did the idea come from? It turns out it's former Seahawks Poona Ford, who said he learned it from Al Woods.
Which vets gave you the idea?
Al Woods. Shout out to Al Woods.
Who did?
Al Woods.
Al Woods. Okay, wow. And so how many times have you done that?
Just like when it get cold, like when we played Green Bay one year.
Okay.
It's like just cold games like this when it get like real cold.
And how does it help? It makes your feet warm?
Yeah.
Wow.
It helps. Ask the company. I put them on. They did it. He said
so did you bring your own cayenne pepper? Like where did you get it?
Berg had it. I told Berg earlier in the week he had it ready for us.
What is that? Your equipment?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
the story's already funny in that he learned this from Al Woods, but I also like her reaction. Okay, wow. Wow, that's like when I tell you about things, how you respond to me when I'm talking about my transition going to Burnett. I'm talking about what happened on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Part 1 reunion. You're like, oh, wow. Okay.
Nah, I give you more than that. I'd be like, for real?
Wow, that's crazy.
Sometimes you've tricked me into thinking you're interested, so I keep going.
No, that was whatever. It's more mental than anything. So if that helps you mentally, Poona, go ahead and do your thing.
Okay, I want to get to this one very quickly because I did promise it earlier. It's Carson Beck when asked about classes during the title game.
Did you have class yesterday? If so, what class? And I know there was a pep rally on campus. Just what has it been like being you as a student this week, particularly yesterday?
No class. I graduated 2 years ago.
Living the dream in Miami, no classes and getting millions. Good for you, Carson.
The latest from Mike Macdonald coming up next. Some breaking news.
First, with breaking Seahawks news.
Mike Macdonald. The bummer is Sharps. He's got a significant knee injury, unfortunately.
Stay with Seattle sports for the very latest.
Breaks your heart. He's going to need surgery, so he's got a good long road to come back.
Get instant, up-to-the-minute breaking news alerts from the Seattle Sports app.
Is a torn ACL for Zach Charbonnet. Yeah.
And SeattleSports.com is the place for reaction and analysis. And we're streaming live on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like rugs. And people say a rug would really bring the room together. And sure, you don't know what that means, but it sounds important. Suddenly you're using words like jute and sisal. Then you see the price and lose it, because how can the thing you walk and spill on cost so much? So you devote your life to taking down Big Rug. But then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds. So, looks like Big Rug is safe. For now. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's the Clearance Savings Spectacular at Olympic Hot Tub. We're slashing prices on hot tubs, saunas, and swim spas. Even bigger savings on floor models. Plus, no interest through 2031. OlympicHotTub.com. Better you, better life.
This is for all you guys on Viagra. ED pills are no longer needed. The brutal side effects like 4-hour headaches, blurred vision, and that flush feeling can all be put behind you with our treatment. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we have a better approach to ED. Acoustic wave therapy creates blood flow circulation by safely removing the plaque in your arteries and restoring function naturally. Guys, let me be clear. Pills will never fix your problem. Our equipment is the latest technology, and our medical staff is the best in the industry. So give West Coast Men's Health a call today. Speak with our clinic manager. Ask him any question you like, how it works, the science behind it, and even the cost. If you suffer from ED or Peyronie's disease, give West Coast Men's Health a call today. It's not just about better health, it's about a better life.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
Adrian here from Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Winter might seem like an odd time to replace your windows, but now is when you get the best deals. Our Leak Armor installation team will keep your home warm and dry while installing beautiful, new energy-efficient windows. You'll feel the difference right away. Quieter rooms, lower energy bills, and a more comfortable home.
Right now, save $600 on windows and $1,500 on doors from Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Plus, enjoy 12 months same-as-cash financing. Visit LakeWashingtonWindows.com.
Take the next step to becoming a Seahawks season ticket holder. Join the season ticket holder notification list to secure your spot in line. By signing up, you'll be the first to know when space becomes available on the official Blue Pride waitlist. Plus, receive team news, special ticket offers, and more. Visit Seahawks.com/season tickets to sign up today.
Be there when the Seahawks make history. Hello! Seattle Sports is giving away 2 tickets to the NFC Championship Game. Sunday against LA at Lumen Field.
Oh, my word!
Open the Seattle Sports app, then click the Win tab to enter. You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your odds.
I can't tell you how pumped I am to see what the 12s bring.
Enter daily now through Wednesday, January 21st. Contest rules at mynorthwest.com/win. The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Seattle is going to win this football game.
And Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Life's expensive enough, isn't it? Groceries, gas, kids' activities. Sometimes your roof needs replacing, but your budget says not now. Hi, I'm Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. We want to help with an offer to lift that weight off your shoulders. Get 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest for up to 24 months. Or save up to $3,000 on a new roof today. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice. DayandNight.net. Day and Night gives you a free furnace or water heater with installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace or water heater from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net. This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
The latest from the Mike Macdonald Show. The head coach was on with Brock and Salk this morning. First, we'll talk about the atmosphere at Lumen.
I'm thinking about like the way the locker room felt, and it was just like it's I don't want to discredit or like discount the word, but it was the same. Guys were into it. Guys were ready to go. We weren't too high, weren't too low. The atmosphere was off the chain, but like I think you got to let that like feed into you channeling what you need to do. You know, you can't let it get you out of whack. And I think our guys did a great job of that.
Can't let it make you nervous. You have to absorb it and channel it into what you do.
Yeah, it's all about being present in the moment and not letting the moment kind of overwhelm you. And I think this team has done a great job of doing that, obviously. And it's cool because, like I mentioned, we get to see them throughout the week, right? We get them on a Thursday. We get to be around some of the guys and get a feel for how they view the game and what they see and feel their energy. I love feeling the energy of these ball players, and they're pretty locked in.
All right. Mike Macdonald credited Cam and Doug Baldwin raising the 12 flag, getting the crowd involved, saying like this led to it. Oh, also, Shaheed's 95-yard kickoff return probably did a number on that crowd volume in a good way. He was asked whether that was a new wrinkle for special teams.
Yeah, the thing I love about Jay, and this is how we want our systems to be run, is like we're always going to keep it within our like wheelhouse. You know, like that's because otherwise you can't get good at what you do. But you know, within that, we want to keep people have some edge to us. You know, we want to feel like we can change things up at a significant amount where we're a moving target and we can attack some things that we feel like we can attack and still put our players in position to do what they do. So Jay's as good as it gets when it comes to having that philosophy, and I love that's how we work on special teams.
Take us back through that kickoff again. What was the wrinkle? What did you see? What does Jay Harbaugh do so well with this group?
I like the personnel that he tinkers with, right? We had times where we saw Peely out there on the kick cover team, but what he's done with this team so far, this return team, is that he put Rasheed back there by himself. Typically, there are two receivers back there, and with this formation, I'm looking at it right now, he has like three bigs in the middle, one behind him. I think that's Mike Morris, and then you have like two diamonds on the outside. Why does he do that? I don't know. He probably saw something on this return team and said, okay, I'm going to line my guys up here. But the guy, Mike Morris and Tyrese Knight, make this thing go. So every week, it's the same, but there's a tweak in personnel. Yeah. And this past week, I don't know if he's done it. I don't think he's done it all year. But this past week, seeing Rashid Shaheed back there by himself just allow him to put another guy up there and help with the blocking scheme.
All right, let's get to the latest from Darnold. First, Mike Macdonald said he was pretty sure Darnold was going to be good to go.
I was about 99.9% confident that he was going to start the game. It's just you know, you needed to see him do it. You just see him do it, you know?
Yeah.
And you're kind of going by his temperament and everything, but like I had a pretty good idea that he was gonna go, but you still needed confirmation, I guess is the best way to put it. I don't see any outside of him making it worse pregame. There was no way that he wasn't really gonna go. That's probably the thing you had to confirm, that like it wasn't gonna get worse.
Still, it was probably nerve-wracking to hear that ahead of your first playoff game, your quarterback got hurt.
No, I thought it was like something out of Final Destination, because we had some things that like popped up out of nowhere. I'm like, what are we doing? You know. Not everybody got the Final Destination reference when I mentioned it to people on the team, but yeah. After Drew's practice, you're like, you know, this is just right for us, boys. Like, let's go. And the guys are fired up. I mean, they were obviously, but it's like, all right, let's go. Some more adversity. We love it.
Just thinking like, oh my God, there's no way that this is happening. Now, the good news is Darnold was good to go. He did play in this game. Mike Macdonald also mentioned with Brock and Salk that there was no adverse effect coming out of it. He's not worse, for instance, but they'll just have to manage it.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, we reacted in real time. Was that Thursday?
Yeah, it was like a 20-minute swing of like, oh my God, is Sam Darnold not going to play? And for that matter, Bump, you were there when at the game behind the scenes when Adam Schefter's report came out, and that made it seem as though Sam wasn't going to play.
Yeah, whenever you hear your quarterback's not going to or is injured right before your game, you get concerned. But I think this what this did, I think, was made people realize how important Sam is. Because there's a lot of people talking about Sam. Oh, he can't do this. Oh, he can't do that. But Joe, you know what? Show was scared when you realize he might not be able to play in this game. There was a play where he got tackled. He got sacked. He was rolling to his right side, and he went down hard. And during that play, that's where I really watched him. Like, all right, how is he going to respond to this? Because when that body hits the ground, everything hurts. But, no, it sounds like it wasn't much, but it was something to where he wanted to be cautious, and I appreciate him for that. And you just take care of it this week. But I hope everyone appreciates Sam for who he is now.
Did you get the feeling it affected the game plan at all, or did they look kind of like they have for weeks to you?
Nah, they look the same to me.
Yeah, how were the throws?
There was one that was suspect, the one to Jason I thought could have been picked off.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, he was making – there's a throw he made to Cooper Kupp on a corner route going towards the south end zone where I thought to myself, he's not making that throw if he's banged up.
All right, let's get to the last one here. Facing another divisional opponent for the 4th time in 5 weeks, of course, with the Rams coming to town this upcoming weekend.
I think the line of thinking is probably pretty consistent with what we handled last week. There's a little bit more information to go on, but that's the way these divisional games are always going to be. It's just, how are we going to try to play the game? You know, what are the answers? How do we anticipate them going to play us? And that's kind of how we roll. You could also just say, hey, we're going to do what we're going to do, but that's kind of really not our style. We want to stay complimentary as well. So that's how we'll handle it. You know, today the cool thing is like today's a full Monday. You know, the guys are going to be in. We're rolling. So we're on like a true normal cadence here where we're just treating it like 7-day work week and off we go.
I would think that's a nice advantage they have over the Rams right now is not only the bye week they just had, being at home, getting into that regular schedule. They played Saturday instead of Sunday.
Yeah, no, the schedule's worked out for them. Great. You mentioned the bye, then you play on a Saturday, you get an extra day to prep. Guys are coming in. It's they're going to say, I guarantee we're going to hear it this week. Week 20. It's week 20 for us. Guarantee we're going to hear it.
An extra day and an extra quarter.
Yeah.
for a little bit of time, whereas Rams Bears went into OT.
Hey, can we big ups a texter who said that Drew Lock was going to play in the fourth quarter because it was going to be a blowout, and I laughed. I was like, nah, I don't see that happening. Yeah. I was completely wrong. So whoever you were, text in, and then we'll be able to look it up. And don't lie, because we got the threads here. So text in.
What caught my eye coming your way next?
Be there when the Seahawks make history. Hello! Seattle Sports is giving away 2 tickets to the NFC Championship Game. Sunday against LA at Lumen Field.
Oh, my word!
Open the Seattle Sports app, then click the Win tab to enter. You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your odds.
I can't tell you how pumped I am to see what the 12s bring.
Enter daily now through Wednesday, January 21st. Contest rules at mynorthwest.com/win.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment. A pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to carshield.com. That's carshield.com today.
The rainy season's here, Seattle, and your roof can't wait. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and get $500 off today. Costly repairs and Band-Aid fixes won't hold up and just drain your pockets. Our technicians replace roofs year-round, backed by the strongest warranties. 3 Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
For over 50 years, Bucky's Complete Auto Repair has been the one locals trust for fast, friendly service with guaranteed repairs. With 16 family-owned locations and a Carfax preferred badge, Bucky's makes it easy with same-day service and available financing. Visit buckys.com.
Every season is a little bit different here in Washington, but I'll tell you what, the amount of rain never seems to change in the winter, and we have sure gotten a ton of it this season. All that rain, all that water, it's all got to go somewhere. And if it makes its way into your crawl space, that's when it can create all sorts of problems, including real structural damage, which could really affect your home. But more importantly, for the health of your family, the water in that crawl space could create toxic mold, and that has serious health repercussions. Thankfully, we have Crawl Pros. They can come in and keep your crawl space dry, install a sump pump and drainage, and reroute that water back out and away from your home. They'll also take care of any mold that may have been created. Don't take the risk. It's too important. The best way to learn if you have any water is to ask Crawl Pros to visit your home and inspect your crawl space for free. Crawl Pros will go where you don't want to. So if you're worried about water damage, mold, insulation issues, or anything else related to your crawl space or attic, call Crawl Pros or visit crawlpros.com.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Endless hours of research, seeking referrals, dozens of calls. Hiring the right attorney can be a challenging process during an already difficult time. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains.
In Washington State, Tom, there are thousands of attorneys to choose from. Referrals and online research can be helpful, but discovering the right attorney requires a conversation. It can be hard to identify integrity and authenticity without that interaction.
So, what do you recommend?
We encourage anyone looking for personal injury representation to call for a free consultation with our team before making a decision simply based on referrals or online research. Accident victims need an attorney that listens, demonstrates honesty, and is genuinely understanding of their unique circumstances. The care, attention, and preparation that our firm provides throughout the case mirrors the effort involved when taking on the insurance companies.
Save time and avoid mistakes after an injury. Contact the caring and compassionate team at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Be there when the Seahawks make history. Hello! Seattle Sports is giving away 2 tickets to the NFC Championship Game. Sunday against LA at Lumen Field.
Oh, my word!
Open the Seattle Sports app, then click the Win tab to enter. You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your odds.
I can't tell you how pumped I am to see what the 12s bring.
Enter daily now through Wednesday, January 21st. Contest rules at mynorthwest.com/win.
Let's go!
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Some breaking news this morning on the Mike Macdonald Show. Running back Zach Charbonnet suffered a season-ending ACL tear that will require surgery. Also breaking news out of the NFL this morning, this from Adam Schefter. The Bills have fired head coach Sean McDermott, who led the Bills to 5 AFC East division titles in 9 seasons. The Bills were eliminated Saturday afternoon by the number 1 seeded Denver Broncos.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time. From the Quantum Fiber Studio,
this is Bump and Stacy
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. It's a Reaction Monday powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. Before we get to What Caught My Eye, Divisional Round Edition, we had a few people texting in about their bold takes from Bold Take Friday saying, it was me, it was me, it was me. So we had more than one person predict that we would see Drew Lock in backup. By the way, I did in Hype Train. Mostly as a joke, though. I didn't expect a 41-point dominant performance by Seattle.
Let them have their shine,
So
Stacy.
someone said the 206, that was me for real, and I was at the game. They said the Hawks would be able to rest Sam Darnold in the fourth quarter because they were so far ahead. Someone else said, oh, my God, that was me. They said that Seattle would be up with like 30-something points and that we would see Drew Lock for a significant portion in the second half. But none of them were as specific as another listener who said, and we have the receipts, we will see Drew Lock in the third quarter because the Seahawks will be up 49-6.
Wow, that's scary.
They texted that in at 10:48 last week, last Friday when we had this segment. That's specific.
Pretty good.
49-6 that Drew Lock would be in. Now Drew Lock came in the fourth quarter, up 41-6.
But that's
crazy.
That's impressive.
So
Great
that
job,
listener was the
253.
closest. Now let's get to what caught our eye, divisional round edition. Bump, get us started.
What caught mis ojos? K9, 116, 6.1 per clip. He just looks different. He looks healthy. It's crazy. He looks healthier now than in the regular season. It's weird. He looks sharper. He looks faster. He's getting downhill. He is meshing well in the backfield with the QB. He's giving the zone, the duo, some time to develop. K9 just looks really good. He looks sharp and well-deserved 3 touchdowns, man. I feel like he's been patient all year.
Yeah.
And he finally got his time to shine. He did his thing.
I wouldn't say like getting those red zone carries vultured by Charbonnet because Charbonnet does such a great job there. I mean, with 12 touchdowns, it's like, well, you earned that time too. But now he's going to get a chance to get so many more of those and definitely paid it off in this one. And you feel really confident about this team still without Charbonnet. You gave a lot of love to Charbonnet, said he's been absolutely amazing this year, but you've seen improvement from Ken Walker in his downhill game. Downhill game, what am I saying? Ability to get downhill.
That works, downhill game. Yeah, that works. It's again, I feel so bad for Charbonnet because he was so important in getting these guys here. But Ken Walker he's dancing right now. The dance is looking sharp. And it might be Velus Jones, it might be Cam Akers, whoever comes in to spell him every now and then, I'm fine with it because K9's going to get 20, 25 carries.
All right, let's get to what caught my eye. I'm looking at the longest plays of the day. This sounds like it's going to be negative. I don't mean it to be negative. I'm going to frame it as a question for Bump. So here's what I want to talk about, explosive plays. Obviously, the longest play from any phase of Seattle's team was a 95-yard kickoff return by Rashid Shaheed. It's tough. You only have about 5-something yards to work with. It's tough to do more than that. But I'm still waiting for a really explosive pass play. Sam Darnold getting hurt, threw a wrench into that. But heading into this game, one of the things that I was watching for was, can they get a play of more than 30 yards? Because they had only had one pass play of more than 40 yards in the last 3 weeks. And it was technically a very quick dump off, like a catch and run. But it was technically a 46-yard pass play. It was Ken Walker against the Rams, that really long touchdown run. The longest play of the day from Sam Darnold, 21 yards, and from Seattle's offense, 30 yards. They didn't need to do more than that. It was amazing. It was total dominance. Seattle looks like a Super Bowl team, but I do think it's interesting that we're still kind of waiting to see the explosive pass game take off. Maybe it won't have to if the run continues to be strong, but it was something that caught my eye because I was watching for it heading in.
Yeah, the way the season started, that's why we're asking the questions. Like, all right, well, where's that been? Because to start the season and midway through the season, JSN and Sam Darnold have been hooking up on these explosive plays. But I think you said it, they might not need those plays anymore.
Right.
You just get into the red zone, be efficient. You threw a dime to JSN there, run the football. I like this style that they're playing because it's safer. High percentage throws. You only threw it 17 times. K9 had 19 carries. I think eventually you're going to have to make a play. But I like that it feels like the Hawks don't have to rely on that explosive play down the field every game to move the rock and put up points. They put up 41 points, and JSN had, 3 catches the other day?
Yeah, not a big day for him.
Yeah.
And could they do it against the Rams? The Rams allowed too many explosive plays from the Panthers. The most explosive pass play from Williams was actually 34 yards to Moore. It was not that improbable touchdown. But I do wonder if there's opportunity against the Rams. I thought there would be against a really struggling 49ers pass rush. I was like, oh, certainly. Like they're going to be able to get a 35-yarder, a 40-yarder. Like we're going to see some kind of explosiveness in the pass game. Maybe the opportunity lies against the Rams. Not to disrespect the Rams, but they have allowed those plays.
Maybe. You take the plays that are given to you and you play the style that is necessary. The Hawks have the capability to play whatever style of football is required. That's what I appreciate about them. So, I mean, maybe the explosive plays are there against the Rams. Maybe they're not there. Maybe they don't have to be there. I would love for the Hawks just to be able to beat these dudes up and control the game with a run.
All right, what's next?
All right, 4th down. The Niners were 0 for 3 converting on 4th down, and that's big. That first one, use check, optioning to McCaffrey was the worst play I've ever seen, designed and called by Kyle Shanahan. That's when I knew. Drake Thomas told us a couple weeks ago, when they tried to trick play, he knew they had him. When they did that, that's when I knew. I go, oh, they don't have nothing. They really are going to hand the football off to Juszczyk, and he's going to option to Christian McCaffrey, and you're going into the boundary, not even to the wide side of the field, and you overloaded that side, so you brought more numbers to that side. The design and the play was just all bad for me. That's when I knew that the Hawks had him. But overall, 0 for 3. The Niners converted about 50% of their 4th down attempts. Not today, man. So 4th down, 0 for 3. That was big.
Is that when you were sure? Like, when were you sure the Seahawks would win?
That was it.
That was that moment?
That was it. Yep.
Curtis, when were you sure the Seahawks would win? Like, your gut was like you don't need to be convinced. You're like, they're going to win this game.
As soon as Rashid Shaheed crossed the goal line.
Okay. I mentioned earlier mine was first quarter with forcing a fumble, just with the defense being like, oh, they're ready to go. They're ready to go.
Ready to go.
They're ready to go, and they are going to. It was, you know, it might have also been when Brady was like laughing nervously watching the defense. Did you were listening to the podcast. There was a moment where Brady was just saying like, yeah, you can't do anything. There's no answers. And like laughing nervously and frustrated, knowing that he's faced great defenses before, where he's probably thinking of putting himself in the shoes of Brock Purdy going, do you know how frustrating this is? Do you know how frustrating it is where you have nowhere to go with the ball and pressure's mounting and they're swarming and you have nothing to do and no answers? It's incredibly frustrating.
Incredibly.
Oh, God, I can't imagine. All right, what caught my eye? I am jumping out of Seattle for my next one. Is it just me? Is it just me, or were Rams receivers constantly looking for flags in that game? I thought last night, yesterday evening, Rams receivers were always looking around for flags. You are the least penalized team in the regular season. Like, no, just because you got hit hard by a Chicago defender doesn't mean that needs to be a flag. Stop. I don't know. I was disrespectfully watching some of that play.
Some receivers are starting to be like quarterbacks. Whenever a quarterback goes down or gets hit in the head, they're looking for help from the referees. Just play the dang game, man. And but that's also a product of how the games are being called these days. They're looking for those calls because they've been called before. It's like get the game out of the referee's hands. I hate when referees have too much influence over games. You got to call penalties, understand that. But don't be going around begging for calls, man.
Yeah, it's just a bad look.
Come on,
especially for a team that really doesn't get calls against you often. Like, you already benefit from not having a ton of flags.
Yeah.
What? No, you don't get more favors. Okay, what's next?
3.9 yards per play for the 49ers.
Ooh.
That is some good defense over there. Obviously, you got Brock Purdy, had the interception, turned the ball over, got a fumble as well. You forced them to turn the ball over. When you win the turnover battle, since 2024, the Hawks are 10-0 when they win the turnover battle. So, you showed up and you did what you were supposed to do, man. Defensively, I said it before, I love that the defense leads the charge on this football team because it allows the offense just to be methodical, to run the rock, to be patient, and not feel like you got to rush anything. But yeah, 3.9 yards per play. That's a big win for the Seahawks.
All right, next up. The number 0. Oh, what's this? The two quarterbacks facing off in the NFC Championship game this weekend were the only two quarterbacks of the weekend not to throw an interception. And technically, Matthew Stafford had 2 fumbles in this game.
Did he?
There's just so much. There were so many questions, understandably, Sam Darnold led all quarterbacks in turnovers in the season, so it's not out of nowhere. But there were a lot of questions about Sam Darnold and whether or not he would turn the ball over and make a mistake and cost this excellent team a path to a Super Bowl heading into this game. And you were one of 2 quarterbacks not to throw an interception. So that caught my eye after this one, especially considering C.J. Stroud had 4 of them things.
Yeah.
He was just throwing it to everyone. Everyone got a ball.
Remember when I thought, and he still can, but I thought CJ was on his way to being,
Yeah, that rookie
elite
season.
of the elites. But something's going on over there with the Texans. Yeah, take care of the football. That's your main responsibility as a quarterback, man. And when you can run the football, that's going to help you. When Kubiak calls the game like he called with these short passes, these crossing routes, that's going to help you, man. It feels like just this team overall is in a good place when it comes to knowing who they are, having a plan of attack, and just executing it, man. I was happy for Sam Darnold. Got his first playoff win. People ain't talking about that enough neither.
Yeah.
You want to talk about how he folded last year in the playoffs, all right? He did exactly what he was supposed to do, got his first playoff win, got the monkey off his back. Good job.
It's still going to happen. Heading into this one, what's going to happen? And again, I understand the context of their regular seasons and their experience as a starters framing this. It's not out of nowhere. But I promise you, with Matthew Stafford and Sam Darnold facing off against each other in this one, if Matthew Stafford throws a pick, it's going to be, wow, you really don't see that from Matt. That's shocking. Absolutely unbelievable. If Sam throws a pick, the second he throws a pick, you are going to hear whoever's on color commentary going, this is the one thing the Seahawks couldn't afford. This is the one thing that was going to cost them. I just already know that's going to be the conversation.
You already know.
You already know.
What it is.
You already know.
What it is.
Okay, what's next?
Next up, Tile Coach.
Headline rewrites.
Oh, that's okay. Go to your Ty Okada
Hey,
point.
I'm such a Ron Burgundy. I'm like, oh, headline rewrites. Take it away, Stacy. What's our other? Ty Okada.
Great call out.
Ty Okada. I was wondering how they're going to use him because Kobe Bryant was going to be back, and you still saw some Ty Okada in there, and I appreciate that. What that tells me is that Coach trusts him. You know, he's earned the right to be out there, and it's nice when you have depth at that position. And Ty Okada, he only had, 2 or 3 tackles, I believe, but that was a question of mine is, are they just going to sit my man down and say, all right, your services are no longer needed and we're good to go? No, they kept him in the game. They sprinkled him in there. I liked it. He played 42 snaps defensively. So good for Ty Okada. Nice that he's still getting some PT.
I think one of the things I really appreciate about what Mike Macdonald, John Schneider, and this team has been able to do is there used to be such a personnel gap between Seattle, particularly offensively, and the rest of the NFC West. And when you used to look at the San Francisco 49ers, let's say in 2019, you used to look at the offensive line, which had several first-rounders, including Nick Bosa, and it was just like, oh my God, I don't know how Seattle closes this gap. You can only out-scheme your way in a game or out-coach your way in a game so much until you just have to have all-pro players and Pro Bowl players on defense. Yes, having, Big Cat, Leo Williams is massive. Having a number 5 pick, Devin Witherspoon, is huge. Getting Nick Emanwari out there as a great rookie is big. But not getting enough credit, to your point, is that Seattle's been able to make impact with names that no one outside of Seattle's talking about. No disrespect to Ty, but Philly fans looking at this defense are looking at Big Cat going, we need to get someone like that. And they're kind of overlooking the serious impact that Seattle's getting from a lot of their backups. Or like when Patrick O'Connell has to fill in and do something, right? With Drake Thomas out there, like those are the names that are also really, really contributing that people outside of Seattle are kind of ignoring. So credit to Seattle in the front office for closing the personnel gap, making midseason trades and free agent signings like DeMarcus Lawrence and great draft picks like Nick Emanwari or Byron Murphy also to close that gap. But then credit to Mike Macdonald and this staff for coaching up those players that don't get the spotlight as much and kind of rounding out that picture. Because when you want to talk about personnel, that includes names here that no one else was talking about to start the year.
Yeah, that's that shows the true depth of your team and shows that these guys are just ready to go. So yeah, you got Ty Okada filling in for Kobe Bryant and J Love at one point. I want to see what these running backs do, right? How many carries is Velus Jones going to get or Cam Akers going to get? I don't think that it's going to be equivalent to what Zach Charbonnet was getting. I don't think it should be. You're going to lean on K9, but I guess we get to see the depth of these running backs now.
All right, let's get to headline rewrites.
Headline Headline rewrites.
We must make headlines.
The real story behind the headlines in today's news.
Powered by Bay Alarm Security Services.
With Bump and Stacy.
Headline number 1, despite advancing to the AFC title game, the Broncos will be without Bo Nix for the rest of the season with a broken ankle. What's the real headline?
To steal a page from Ryan Clark, this sounds like a setup for an excuse if Denver doesn't win.
Denver ain't winning. It is over.
You don't believe Jarrett Stidham can get it done?
No.
No.
It's a wrap.
Wow.
If Denver does get this done with Stidham, I will tip my cap to Sean Payton because he has gotten this guy extremely prepared for this opportunity. Stidham's capable of going out and maybe getting hot for a game and getting these guys in. I just don't see it happening, man. When you lose your starting quarterback like that in a moment like this, it like deflates your team. They can say we're going to rally around Jared and say all the good things to the media or whatnot, but Stidham's a backup for a reason. And the last time we saw a backup do the thing, it was Nick Foles
17
did his thing, but yeah, I don't see it happening.
Imagine how devastating it would feel too as a player, because this happened on the second to last play of the game. Obviously, no one knows anything at the end of the game, and kind of as all this is happening. So if you're a player, you head into that locker room going, "We did it!" Like, oh my God, we are going to the AFC title game. Like, this is going to be and we're hosting that game. How amazing is this? And you find out within what, probably 5, 10, 15 minutes that your quarterback probably isn't going to be playing, and then get confirmation of that a little later. I mean, this was at the post-game press conference that Sean Payton was able to tell reporters. So they found out relatively quickly after the game, but not before guys were leaving it feeling pretty good about their chances to get to a Super Bowl. Just what a blow. Like, that's horrible luck.
Deflating, man.
Headline rewrites.
Headline 2, the Bills have fired Sean McDermott as their head coach after 9 seasons and a record of 98-50. What's the real headline?
Well, maybe Sean should have done more to add wide receiver talent this year. Oh, wait. That's not his job.
That's not his job. He coaches what he has out there, man. I don't see where they go from here. And I don't think we're talking about that catch that was ruled an interception. And I think we both agreed that it was a catch. What if that play is made?
They win.
They win this ball game. And then I go back and I look at Mike Tomlin. You know, what if he wins that game? You're probably still coaching. So it's unfortunate that a guy like McDermott, who's been there for 8, 9 seasons, it comes down to this because Josh didn't have a lot of weapons. He didn't have a lot of weapons. They were banged up. But this is the NFL. Now who takes over? Are you going to go offensive guy, defensive guy? And how much influence is Josh Allen going to have when it comes to picking the next head coach?
Bills defensive tackle Jordan Phillips wrote on Instagram, "This expletive here is so stupid, honestly sickening. The best coach I've ever been around." Diana Rossini tweeted earlier today talking with NFL executives around the league about Buffalo's next head coaching options. The name that keeps coming up is a familiar one, a Buffalo native and someone Josh Allen loves, Brian Daboll. So is that where the Bills should go?
You do what you want to do. It's your organization. But it's crazy how these coaches just get recycled over and over and over again. Daboll did have a couple good years in New York. I think they went to the playoffs one year. Got Danny Dimes his money. But if Josh Allen feels comfortable with him, then I guess you take a strong look because you want to make sure the quarterback is happy.
If you are Stefanski or Harbaugh, who have already agreed to terms with the Falcons and Giants respectively, are you now kicking yourself thinking maybe I should have waited a couple days?
Yeah, but I didn't see this coming, though. I didn't think McDermott would be on the hot seat, honestly. But, yeah, that's a better situation for sure.
Headline rewrites.
Headline number 3, number 1 Indiana faces number 10 Miami in tonight's national championship game. You can hear that right here on Seattle Sports. What's the real headline?
Just like we all expected to start the season. Indiana, Miami, right? Like, so many people had this on their preseason watch list.
One of the great rivalries in college football.
We all know about it. We all know about it. Love it.
When's the last time these two even played each other?
I don't think they have.
So in the NCAA basketball tournament a few years ago, I think it was 23, they met in the Elite 8 and Miami won, but completely different sport. I can't recall a time these two schools have ever played each other.
It says, AI is telling me, yeah, they play in the 2026 National Championship. Thanks, AI.
This is why I don't worry about the robots taking over.
They have played twice, 1966 and 1964. Wow. Both times in Florida.
What is it?
That was weird.
Miami beat Indiana 14-7 in 1966.
Will it be a repeat?
Yes.
How many forward passes were thrown that night?
Curtis, if you could find out. I need to know I almost said slash lines. I need to know the lines of both quarterbacks. God. Can't have been more than 20 passes.
Yeah, I say 15, 20.
That classic, like maybe even a 15 out of 20.
College Football Reference does not even have a box score. They just have the score. It happened.
No, this is going to be Indiana. Unfortunately, doing it in Miami. Sorry, Miami.
I want Miami to win, though. I think Miami, I go back to just the good old days, man. Ed Reed, Willis McGahee, Sean Taylor, Jeremy Shockey. They were they're the team that really got me into college football when I was growing up in 2000.
I just fully expected, almost wire to wire, that it would be Ohio State here again.
Me too.
Like, I don't know who I projected that they would meet there, but was pretty confident, like, yeah, it'll be Ohio State, and they'll win it. It's going to be annoying. Like, not like I have a bone to pick with Ohio State about anything, but it's just kind of boring at this point.
You know what's kind of annoying? This texter brings up a good situation.
Oh, what?
Kubiak to the Bills. That would be a good fit for him.
Isn't it weird that Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen both need head coaches?
Yeah. I mean, dream job. If you're a young coordinator or just a coordinator looking for a spot, if these two teams are interested in you, that is the ideal scenario. You have a quarterback, the hardest thing to find in this league.
And that Bills offense is good, man. James Cook is good. Josh Allen, obviously, we know is great. The issue with the Bills this year was, one, they didn't, and this is on Brandon Beane, they didn't add enough wide receiver talent. They didn't even trade at the deadline for, like, Jacoby Myers. Like, they could have continued to add. And two, that run defense was atrocious. And to that, Christian texted in earlier mentioning this, to that, you could probably look at Sean McDermott and say, hey, man, come on. Like, you got to do a better job here. But personnel was a problem with the Bills this year. That's not a Sean McDermott problem. There are other things you could have criticized him for in years past, but that's not the Bills' problem right now.
Personnel beat scheme.
Jimmy's and Joe's.
X and O's.
Over X's and O's. All right, still to come, we're going to take a look around the NFL, some tons of head coaching openings around the league. And then coming up at 12:45, something we were going to get to earlier in the show before the Zach Charbonnet news broke is about the Seahawks surpassing expectations. Look, I know that the turnaround the Seahawks have had over the last couple of years is not what the Patriots did, going from 4 wins to a number 2 seed, right? We all get that. But that's also underselling a lot of the improvement they've done. And it's not taking an honest look at where expectations were to start the season. So we'll talk about why they surpassed those expectations and why they were lower in the first place. And we're taking your calls at 1. Some breaking news.
First, with breaking Seahawks news.
Mike Macdonald. The bummer is Sharps. He's got a significant knee injury, unfortunately.
Stay with Seattle sports for the very latest.
Breaks your heart. He's going to need surgery, so he's got a good long road to come back.
Get instant, up-to-the-minute breaking news alerts from the Seattle Sports app.
Is a torn ACL for Zach Charbonnet. Yeah.
And SeattleSports.com is the place for reaction and analysis. And we're streaming live on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
Between all the holiday parties,
weekend tailgates,
and family get-togethers,
we've been overindulging a little more than usual over the holidays. But now, we are starting the new year off on a healthier note by taking Active Liver supplements from New Nordic every day.
Active Liver contains a powerful blend of turmeric, milk thistle, and globe artichoke extract, all natural ingredients that help protect the liver so that it can protect you from toxins. It's like giving my body a daily detox. I've never felt better, and my energy is through the roof.
And my doctor is already impressed with how much better my numbers are looking. So if better health, more energy, and detoxing your body are some of your priorities this year, get Active Liver today and start the year off knowing you're giving your liver some well-deserved relief.
Active Liver is available online at Amazon or NewNordicUSA.com. Or pick some up today at your local CVS, ShopRite, Meijer Grocery. Are now available at Wegmans. New year, new you, new Nordic.
Tons of stuff happening this January, and believe me, whatever you're into, you can have an absolute blast doing it at Silver Reef Casino Resort. Take, for example, the playoffs games. Watch every game at Porter's Bay Sports Bar and Book. You can cheer loud with the 12s, enjoy steak dinner at their steakhouse on property after. Stay the night in one of their deluxe rooms and wake up feeling like a winner. If dry January's your kick, enjoy a relaxing stay at the ball and get a good night's rest. If you want to test your luck, winter warm-up drawings every Friday for a chance at 5 Gs and Polar Pals every Saturday for a grand prize of 10 Gs. Claim your free daily entry at any promo kiosk on property. That's all you have to do to enter. Silver Reef Casino Resort is the spot. Check it out if you haven't. If you've been, you already know what you're missing. Stay tuned. They have events for the big game and the Garth Guys, the tribute band to Garth Brooks. That's coming soon. Drive up I-5 exit 260, silverreefcasino.com.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers.
To me, the LJ way is to provide an experience that people really enjoy being a part of.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Good Dog Auto Glass.
When your windshield breaks, the national brands say their fix is safe, but the quality is light. Instead, trust Good Dog Auto Glass for the best in quality auto glass.
Don't let the insurance company bully you. When you call, we answer the phone. Visit us online and get more bang for your buck.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Listen to the 12th man.
And Seattle Sports on 710, the home of the Seahawks.
Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S, Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
New siding doesn't have to break the bank. We offer affordable options that add value and protection to your home. This is Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. And while we're at it, ask about our roofing, windows, decking, and gutter services for even more savings. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com today to schedule your free siding inspection. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
State Roofing, the best roof you'll ever need.
Hi, I'm Lacey, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. And yes, I'm actually a jeweler. I bring dream engagement rings to life every day in our jeweler's workshop. When I hand set your diamond into your ring, I think about creating a piece you'll wear for a lifetime. I pay attention to the smallest details and treat every ring with the same care and craftsmanship, no matter the size or price. Come check us out at your nearby store. Our engagement rings are made with love from our hands to yours, because a friend knows your love deserves the highest quality. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Toyota of Kirkland is celebrating the new year with an inventory sale down on all remaining 2025 inventory. Start the new year with a new car at a great price at Toyota of Kirkland. 2025 RAV4s, Tacomas, Corollas, and more. Visit the incredible showroom and wonderful staff at Toyota of Kirkland to check out one of these 2025 models today. You can book a test drive and head home in that new car the very same day. It's an inventory sale down at Toyota of Kirkland. Visit them in person or shop online at toyotaofkirkland.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Take a look around the NFL. We are going to start with Kevin Stefanski, who's been hired as the Falcons' next head coach. He's also going to retain defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich from Atlanta's previous coaching staff.
Good. Keep hiring coaches before Kubiak is available. Keep hiring them on all those spots filled before Kubiak is available. But we knew Stefanski was not going to be jobless if he didn't want. if he wanted to work. He's a good coach. Situation in Cleveland just got a little old. Management and him are on different pages. It was all good, but I think he's got some weapons over there, and I'm looking forward to see what Atlanta looks like.
Yeah, you felt like Atlanta in general was one of the better landing spots,
Yeah.
excluding obviously a team like Baltimore where you've got, an MVP. That Atlanta just had so many weapons on offense.
They got some guys, man. They got Drake London. They got Kyle Pitts, 2 good running backs over there. There's some potential. And the division is not that hard.
Yeah. A game we haven't talked about a ton today, Texans, Patriots, and also a quarterback we haven't talked about a ton, C.J. Stroud. Let's get to it. C.J. Stroud's turnover problems were on full display for the second straight week. He fumbled it 4 times in the wildcard round against the Steelers. Then he threw 4 interceptions against the Patriots. He was asked about his increase in turnovers over the last 2 games.
I think just trying to make plays, trying to, push the ball down the field and, put our team in position to score. So my intent in it is never to get to do that, and sometimes it just doesn't go your way. And, that happened today. And I take full responsibility. Something I'm going to learn from is just, ball security is everything, especially, the way our defense has played all year. And it's something that I've done a pretty good job of, up to this point. So I'm going to continue to, get better in that area. And, I'm not happy with myself when it comes to that because, I'm giving, points and opportunities away from our team.
Head coach D'Amico Ryans was asked whether he considered benching Stroud.
No, CJ's our guy. I believe that he could come back out in the second half and flip it. I believe that he could play better, and he did that in the second half. He did play better. We had some positive drives there in the second half because I believe that he would do that, and he did that. And as I always tell our guys at halftime, it doesn't matter what happened in the first half. You have to flush it, remove it, and you just have to go out and finish the right way. And I told you, we've been there before. We've been in situations much more dire than this, and we were able to bounce back. So, in my mind, there's no doubt in my mind that we would be able to overcome that.
Look, I don't have massive concerns about C.J. Stroud. It was 2 very ugly games, this one being his worst of the 2. But I'll say this, Bump. His rookie numbers remain his best of his career. Interception percentage, total yards, total touchdowns, everything.
Yeah, and coach is just having his back because in the second half, it wasn't that much better. He did have 11 plays, 58 yards, field goal. Then you go 5 plays, 16 yards, 6 plays, 26 yards, 3 plays, 4 yards, 6 plays, 7, 5 plays, 19. It was just a bad showing for C.J. Stroud. Does he have the talent to bounce back and be better? I think so. And I'm looking forward to see how he bounces back next year.
All right, let's talk about one of the teams advancing in the AFC. It's going to be the Broncos, but they're going to do it without starting quarterback Bo Nix the rest of the way. This was Sean Payton addressing his quarterback's season-ending injury.
He's a tough cookie, and I said, listen, I believe you're the second quarterback in year 2 to take your team to a championship game. And the first is Mahomes. And this team all year has lost key players, and we'll rise up for the next challenge, and we'll go from there.
Now, not all hope is lost for the Broncos.
Yes,
They've signed Seattle Sea Dragons legend Ben DiNucci, or Curtis, as they say in Italian.
Ben DiNucci.
He's going to save them.
It's over. Everybody's playing for second place now.
It's over for everyone else. Yeah, what do you mean? That's what you mean, it's over.
It's a wrap.
No, not with Ben. Not with Ben.
He was doing
out there.
studio work for CBS Sports Network over the weekend.
Did you tell? Oh, I thought you were going to say here.
No,
I mean, did you tell him
maybe.
that me and you were his biggest fans?
You can book him for the show.
DiNucci. We love Ben DiNucci.
You do.
I know. I don't know why. We just decided like a year and a half ago that we love Ben DiNucci.
Oh, it's longer than that.
Yeah.
It goes way back.
Yeah.
Remember, we were looking at pictures from the Sea Dragons back in the day. What was that, 4 or 5 years ago?
Oh, it was,
that was
right
COVID.
before
That
COVID.
was 2020, yeah.
Right before COVID. It was the last, public event that all of us went to.
And it was, that stadium was rocking, man. The lower bowl was full.
Yeah.
Man, what could have been? What could have been?
That was crazy. I think that there was a couple cases diagnosed after that game.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when they just that's
People
not when they
working in
shut everyone
concession
down.
stands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was just a crazy time. Despite their loss, the Bears pulled off the play of the weekend with their miracle 4th down touchdown to tie up their game against the Rams.
Command in motion. Williams drifting, sprinting for space, in all kinds of trouble, put it up for grabs in the end zone. He got it for the touchdown! They've done it again!
Most incredible play I've ever seen. I was so jealous. Jeff Darlington tweeted out that it was like a scene from a movie if you were there, where Bears fans in the stands were just quiet, not knowing what's going to happen with this pass. There was like a hush that falls over the stadium, and then it absolutely erupts. Yeah,
there was a hush at the restaurant I was at. Everyone's quiet as the ball's in the air because you don't see where he's throwing it. And when the receiver comes down with it, everyone's just going crazy. I can't believe it. I was like, I had hope. I thought the Bears were gonna pull that one off. But again, I'll say it again. Caleb is the best thrower of the football in the world, Craig.
Now, some people would say that that's Josh Allen, one of a couple names they'd point to, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. But let's talk about Allen. He was emotional in his post-game press conference following yet another heartbreaking postseason loss for the Bills.
It's extremely difficult. I feel like I let my teammates down tonight. It's been a long season. I hate how it ended, and it's going to stick with me for a long time.
Allen was 25 of 39 for 283, 3 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions, costly interceptions in this one.
Yeah, man, he wanted it, but he knew he had to play out of his mind. Him and Cooks, and they tried their darndest, man, but just ran out of time, brother.
I should throw in the also 2 lost fumbles.
Yeah, you turn that rock over, man. Can't turn the rock over.
You know, it's interesting. I would not have maybe C.J. Stroud after that wild card performance, but C.J. Stroud and Josh Allen having the 2 single worst performances of any quarterback over the weekend. I did not think Josh Allen would be part of this group.
No, I thought he was going to will them to a victory, man, like he's done all year.
Yeah.
But he needs some help over this. So hopefully management looks at what transpired this year and get that man some help.
The Chiefs are considering bringing back a familiar name to their coaching staff. They're currently interviewing Eric Bieniemy for their offensive coordinator job. Diana Rossini says the expectation says he will get the gig.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's had it before, so.
Wasn't the whole thing is that him and Mahomes were beefing at the end of his first tenure?
That was the rumor, was that, and then that maybe he wanted to expand out and kind of find a way, because you're not going to take that job from Andy Reid so long as this team's winning. But yeah, it was that he's kind of like a tough, harsh, brash coach and tough to work with. And
Patrick's like, hey, man, get off my back.
Hey, I'm here. Kels.
I've got 3 rings. Leave me alone.
Now we're just saying words, but as Patrick Mahomes. I like football, okay? Oh, man. The Lions are hiring former Cardinals OC Drew Petzing as their new offensive coordinator. He's close friends with Ben Johnson and served as a groomsman in his wedding.
Like that's his only bona fides.
Yeah.
That he's friends with Ben Johnson.
I mean, we joked earlier that, like, if you are friends with someone, the son of someone, or someone helped you on the come up, like, you'll find a job somewhere, no matter who you are.
Hey. Make sure your LinkedIn account is on point.
You know?
And you're making those connections.
You make sure your dad coached with someone, and you'll get that job.
Yeah.
That's where I messed up.
He's a LinkedIn Gold member, probably.
Yeah.
That's what I hope to do for my kids.
Yeah.
Help you out any way I can.
I mean, I just know that if my dad were, instead of a bartender, if he were going to be a coach in the NFL, I think I could have been calling plays right now.
Could have been.
Only flea flickers. I would have the worst offense in the NFL. It would be a monstrosity. You think you've seen a 3rd and 42? Let me show you a 3rd and 45. It's going to be all. Yeah, I would be the worst coordinator you've ever seen in your life, and it would be all trick plays, like hoopball berries.
You should sign up to coach youth football and just do crazy stuff with.
That's exactly what I would do. It's only trick plays. It's all horrible.
I'd love to see how Stacy handles playing Madden. That would be fun. Because that's
so
really
bad.
like the only kind of play calling any of us regular folk can do.
Yeah. I'm horrendous. Coming up at 1, who gets your game ball? You're going to call in 866-979-3776. Before we get to that, we're not being honest about something. We're not. And we need to be honest about it. That's next.
The one and only Mark Schlereth with Wyman and Bob.
How are you, my friend?
New Year's resolutions, right? Like, I'm going to get in shape this year. My only goal is to become an underpants model. That's all I've ever really wanted. And if you guys know of anybody in the underpants business, let me know.
Dave loves that you call them underpants. He loves it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely shredded.
Get every can't-miss conversation on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Washington, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation, so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
Hey homeowners, are you stuck on the credit card treadmill and stressed because your consumer debt and monthly payments are too high? Well, Brock Hewitt here with a smart solution. Your home's equity in the Seattle Metro is probably larger than ever. It's like you're sitting on a stack of cash. Consider a cash-out refinance with Tila Mortgage to consolidate your high-balance credit cards, second mortgages, home equity lines of credit, and student loans, or get cash for a remodel. With interest rates finally coming down, consolidating your debt now may be the best decision you ever make. With excellent client reviews and trusted in Washington for over 25 years, Tila has competitive rates on refinance, purchase, or reverse mortgages too. Tila, spelled T-I-L-A, is a name you can trust for truthful, honest, and ethical advice for all your mortgage needs. Call Tila Mortgage today, 206-766-8888. That's 206-766-8888 or
TilaMortgage.com. Tila Mortgage LLC is a mortgage broker, NMLS 2472046.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
Be there when the Seahawks make history. Seattle Sports is giving away 2 tickets to the NFC Championship Game. Sunday against LA at Lumen Field.
Oh, my word!
Open the Seattle Sports app, then click the Win tab to enter. You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your odds.
I can't tell you how pumped I am to see what the 12s bring.
Enter daily now through Wednesday, January 21st. Contest rules at mynorthwest.com/win. The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Seattle is going to win this football game.
And Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
Our friends at Mazda of Everett always offer you their best deals. Mazda of Everett is the West Coast's largest Mazda dealer for a reason. They sell more new Mazdas than any other dealer on the West Coast. So come check out the Mazda More to Move You sales event now. Shop over 300 new Mazda CX-5s with 0.9 financing for 60 months, available on approved credit. Located on Highway 99 in Everett, or shop MazdaofEverett.com. Based on Mazda USA's retail sales reports 2025.
Do you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS like Will?
When I was 50, my whole life fell apart. I lost my job, I lost my wife, I lost the house, I lost pretty much everything except for my life. When the IRS came calling, I just didn't have it in me. I felt like Wile E. Coyote, just waiting for that IRS anvil to drop.
Then Will found Tax Relief Advocates.
I heard their advertisement on the radio, I wrote down the number, and I made the call that changed everything. The IRS gave me a bill for $40,000. Tax Relief Advocates got that down to $3,200. I've paid 9 cents on the dollar. Now that's a great deal in anybody's book.
If you owe 10 or even hundreds of thousands of dollars to the IRS, don't lose hope. Do what Will did and call TRA for a consultation.
But for me, the real win is I got my life back.
Visit TRA.com or call 800-488-2578. 800-488-2578. That's 800-488-2578.
Emerald Queen Casino Event Center presents the main event. Powered by WFC, Friday night, February 6th. A night of professional boxing where champions are made and every punch counts. Contenders from the region go toe-to-toe, ready to prove they belong at the top. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. Don't miss Fight Night, February 6th at Emerald Queen Casino, the boxing capital of the Northwest. 21 and older, need gambling help? Call 800-547-6133 or visit emeraldqueen.com.
You're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Coming up in less than 15 minutes, who gets your game ball? You have a lot of choices in this one. A completely dominant performance from Seattle. Your number is going to be 866-979-3776. You got 15 minutes to think of an answer. It's a Reaction Monday powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel Bump. I mentioned we all need to be honest about something. It's hard being honest. You know what I mean?
No, it's not.
Well, really?
No.
What's something that you can be honest about that you don't like telling people?
I can be a bit selfish sometimes.
That's vulnerable.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that.
Be selfish sometimes.
I don't see that.
No?
But I'm glad that you felt comfortable enough to tell us that. The point is that sometimes we all like to be like, I told you so, instead of, okay, I missed that one.
Mm-hmm.
And part of our job is that the things we get wrong are recorded. So, for instance, if I say something like, I don't think Sam Darnold will be able to do what Geno does, so I really hope the run game gets going, then I'm going to get a million texts being like, you don't know ball.
What are you talking
You were wrong about Geno. And it's like, okay, yeah, but then, you're also right about things, and you're wrong about things. That happens. Okay. But it's tough to admit that. I hate admitting when I'm wrong. I hate being wrong. And so it is really hard sometimes to be like, dang, you were right. I was wrong. It sucks. But I don't think that because the Seahawks are in such a fun place, we're all being honest about where our expectations were for the season. You are not a bad fan if you didn't think the Seahawks were going to get to a Super Bowl. If you did, congratulations. But look, here's the reason I say this. I'm going to kind of break the fourth wall, peel back the curtain a little bit. When the Mariners were in their playoff run and the Seahawks season was starting, leading up to all of that, I remember thinking, oh my God, they traded Geno. They signed Sam Darnold. You have a brand new quarterback. Then they drafted a quarterback. Just from a show point of view, I was like, this will get us through. Oh my God, we're going to get so much traction. We're going to get so many conversations to come from this. And I could see by metrics, there's recorded data that people were just not as interested. Now, I think it's because what the Mariners were doing was so special. We were all Mariners brained, right? So fine, I'll excuse it. I think people just didn't really believe in the Seahawks. Even here in Seattle, I think people thought, yeah, it'll be cool. I'll watch. Obviously, I'm a Seahawks fan, but who saw this?
I didn't see it. I didn't. I thought they'd be a good team. I thought they'd win 10 or 11 games. I thought they would compete for the division. I thought they'd be competing for the second spot. I felt the Rams were probably going to win the division. I was still waiting to see what Sam Darnold was going to do. I was still waiting to see what this Kubiak offense was going to look like. Were you going to play better with this offensive line? You had a rookie on the line that I knew was going to play. Wasn't sure how cohesive this thing would look. Was the run game? I had a whole bunch of questions because you're going off of what you saw the previous year. So, no, I can admit it. I did not think they would be this good. But then there was a point in the season where I thought to myself, they might be good enough to be a contender.
Yeah, but it happened during the season. And again, someone pointing out I'm jinxing it. They haven't made it to a Super Bowl yet. You got to get past a tough opponent, the opponent that has played you toughest this year and closest this year. You have to fight past them to advance, to get a chance to play in that Super Bowl. So I get it. They're not there, but they are so much better. It's not just that they're here. It's they're here by virtue of being dominant. They have the biggest point differential in the league, and it's not close.
Yeah.
They've won games by, during the regular season, an average of 12 points, 2 scores in the regular season. The defense was tops in scoring to finish the year. They had one of the most explosive passing offenses, and then when that started, not being as explosive, they became one of the best running teams in the league. I didn't expect that they'd get here by virtue of dominating everyone. I thought, if you're lucky enough.
Yeah, and I did some numbers last week after the Rams game, that overtime loss. Was overtime loss?
To the Rams?
Yeah.
Overtime win.
No. The one that
The
lost.
first time?
They lost in regulation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, after that loss.
Had a chance to win it in regulation.
After that loss, they started averaging 133 yards per game on the ground. Like they kicked it up, right? Something happened. They flipped the switch. And I think a couple games after that is when I started to believe, all right, they might be good enough to become contenders, but things got to happen, right? You got to stay healthy. You have to have an answer for when teams decide to shut down JSN or just pay more attention to them. And they've been able to pivot. And that's what a football season is, man. You're constantly pivoting. You're trying to not take away. You're trying to combat whatever defense offenses are doing to you because there's film out there. And it seems like the Hawks have been able to do that. I know exactly who they are. There's no question of who this team is now. They're a team that likes to run the football, will take their shots, have tight ends who can block, the defense that's ferocious, and will take the ball away from you. I'm so secure with who this team is right now, and that's a great place to be.
Why do you think the expectations for so many people was lower? Even if you had them at like 11 wins, like Bump just said you had them at 11 wins on a playoff team. Neither of us had them at 14. Why do you think that for either of us, for certainly people outside of Seattle, and even for a good chunk of Seahawks fans, why do you think expectations were lower?
Because of change. Change is scary. Second-year head coach, new offensive coordinator. I think that was a question, too. People were like, all right, can they get this hire right? Because apparently they didn't get it right that first time with Grubb. Did put up a bunch of points, but it was all the change, man. And then when you invest in a position that is so vital to winning ball games, in that position, the quarterback spot, the last time you saw that dude, he wasn't playing his best ball. So they went out on a limb with a lot of stuff, and everything's hitting right now. You made a great midseason acquisition with Rashid Shaheed. DeMarcus Lawrence is playing better than I think anyone thought he was going to play. You made a switch at linebacker. You got Drake Thomas playing that spot right now. It was all because of change, and change has been good.
Yeah. I love this. Listeners are now texting in like, okay, if I'm going to be honest about it, here's what I thought. I love this from the 425. Well, I have to admit, Lawrence has been a huge addition to the defense, and I expected him to be on the way down in his career. That's another thing that I think people outside of Seattle and in Seattle thought that factors into it. Cooper Kupp hasn't had like a 1,000-yard season, but I remember, Bump, as do you, seeing a lot of preseason expectations and then mentioning they signed older free agents.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Lawrence, not moving the needle for me.
He moved it for me. I watched the 4 games, and I saw the twitch in him. He's I was talking to our post-game guys. He even looks young. Like he's 32, 33, something like that. And he looks like he's a 25, 26-year-old dude, man.
Yeah.
He has this youthfulness about him on and off the field. And he's brought a bit of what Ernest Jones brings, too, just that intensity. And if you, go back and watch Ernest Jones play. I mean, not Ernest Jones. DeMarcus Lawrence play. He's got a motor. He does not play like he's been in this league 12 years.
Yep. All right. You are calling in with your answer to this question. Who gets your game ball from the weekend? Easy one. 866-979-3776. That's next. Some breaking news.
First, with breaking Seahawks news.
Mike Macdonald, the bummer is Sharps. He's got a significant knee injury, unfortunately.
Stay with Seattle sports for the very latest.
Breaks your heart. He's going to need surgery, so he's got a good long road to come back.
Get instant, up-to-the-minute breaking news alerts from the Seattle Sports app.
Is a torn ACL for Zach Charbonnet. Yeah.
And SeattleSports.com is the place for reaction and analysis. And we're streaming live on the Seattle Sports YouTube channel.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to CarShield.com. That's CarShield.com today.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
At Les Schwab, we've been changing the tire game for more than 70 years. We design our own exclusive tires to give you more tires made for the roads you drive, less compromise. All backed by America's best tire warranty included in every tire we sell. It's more unbeatable tire warranty, less charging you extra, like the other guys. It's all about you getting more from less. Stop by or book an appointment at leschwab.com.
It's the Clearance Savings Spectacular at Olympic Hot Tub. We're slashing prices on hot tubs, saunas, and swim spas. Even bigger savings on floor models. Plus, no interest through 2031. OlympiChotTub.com. Better you, better life.
Hey, Brock Ewart here for my friends at People Come First, or PCF Construction Group. Are you tired of grilling in the cold and rain every winter? Well, with a patio cover, heater, and fireplace from PCF, you can enjoy your outdoor deck or patio all year long, staying warm and dry, even in the cold winter. Take advantage of off-season savings through February 15th, and you can get up to 10% off your entire project, plus 12 months with no payments and no interest. You see, most people don't consider building a deck in the winter, but if you want yours ready by next spring and summer, contact PCF right now to start planning. Spend the winter dreaming and designing your project so you're ready to build by spring. Planning and permits, they take a little time, so get started now. Get project ideas, browse the photos, and find all the offer details at pcfgroup.com. That's my friends online at pcfgroup.com.
Making your outdoor space with People Come First.
I had pain, I had numbness in my feet. That pain and that numbness just got worse and worse and worse as time went on.
This is Greg describing life with neuropathy.
I went to 5 podiatrists, tried different treatments, tried different orthotics, tried different shoes, had cortisone shots in the tops and the bottoms of my feet. Saw a neurologist. All my medical doctors said, can't help you. Live with the pain. You're not going to be able to sleep. This is your life. And then I just gave up until I found Sound Pain Solutions.
I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist at Sound Pain Solutions. Our neuropathy treatments can rehabilitate damaged nerves. We use FDA-cleared, non-surgical, drug, and pain-free procedures that help neuropathy sufferers like Greg find relief.
I feel better. I mean, just feeling better is huge.
If you experience numbness, shooting or burning pains, or loss of balance, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Our number one thing with them is always like, hey, welcome someone in and assure them that they're in the right place. We're going to take care of them.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice.
DayandNight.net.
Day and Night gives you a free furnace or water heater with installation of an AC or heat pump.
If you're not sure your furnace will make it through another winter, call us to install a proper, long-lasting, efficient heating system backed by our lifetime workmanship guarantee, so you won't be left out in the cold.
Install an AC or heat pump and get a free furnace or water heater from Day and Night Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric.
DayandNight.net.
Hi, I'm Dallas, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. You know she loves her Shane Company engagement ring, but you also want to surprise her for her birthday, anniversary, or just because she deserves it. Why not get her a bigger diamond with our easy trade-up program? We'll give you the full credit of your original natural diamond purchase toward a new one. Her new diamond only has to be $1 more. You only pay the difference. How's that for an easy trade-up? Visit us in-store or at shaneco.com. Because a friend wants you to win the gifting game. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
This is Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app.
KIRO AM Seattle. KIRO FM HD2 Tacoma. Home of the Seahawks, Mariners, and everything Seattle sports. Seattle Sports Snapshot.
Sean McDermott is out as head coach of the Bills, adding yet another vacancy to this hiring cycle. Still searching for a new head coach with the Titans, Ravens, Steelers, Raiders, Cardinals, Browns, and Dolphins, and obviously Buffalo now. Number 1 Indiana and number 10 Miami square off in tonight's college football playoff national championship game. You can hear the entire game right here on Seattle Sports starting at 4:30.
Snapshot, brought to you by Miller Lite. When it's game time, it's Miller time.
This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio
This is Bump and Stacy.
on Seattle Sports.
Streaming through the Seattle Sports app and at seattlesports.com.
Now, here are your hosts, Michael Bumpus and Stacy Ross.
Here we go now. It's a Reaction Monday powered by the Snoqualmie Casino and Hotel. You've got the easiest question in the world today and a lot of possible answers. Who gets your game ball from a throttling of the San Francisco 49ers? Just a drubbing of that team. 41-6 the final score. Seahawks advancing to the NFC Championship Game for the first time since the 2014 season. The number you're calling, 866-979-3776. Call now. Who gets your game ball? No wrong answers, I wouldn't think, in this one. Let's see if there's some funny ones. Let's go to Michael in Issaquah. Michael, who gets your game ball today?
Walker.
Ken Walker?
Yes.
Absolutely. Thanks, Michael. Let's keep...
You're welcome.
I think that Ken Walker is going to be a popular answer for a lot of people. And if you have Ken Walker as yours, that's okay. You can still call in like Michael did. Hat trick for Ken Walker, who, the reason I want to pause on this one, Bump, is going to have to carry the load here because Zach Charbonnet's done for the season.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. I knew once Zach went down, it was something serious. I can just tell by the way he walked off the field. And I say it again, I'll apologize, man. I love Zach Charbonnet, but I think this run game can still be effective just because of the way that I see that Ken Walker's running that thing, man. Just getting downhill, good relationship with the offensive line, creating angles, and it's just it looks good right now. Man, I feel so bad for Zach Charbonnet because he kind of – I know Zach, K9 has the yards, but it felt like Zach Charbonnet kind of led the charge to getting this run game going.
Open lines, 866-979-3776. Who gets your game ball? Ken Walker feels like the easiest and clearest answer. Hi, Rashid Shaheed.
Right.
I mean, look, I'm not saying the Seahawks don't clearly win this game or even have a dominant win over the 49ers if they don't get Rashid Shaheed, returning that kick. But it was about setting the tone, just that intimidation factor, right? The smoke is settling in from fireworks. The crowd is losing their minds. You were there. You felt the booth shaking.
Yeah, it was shaking. It was popping in that thing, man. It was the energy was crazy. They added some more lights to the stadium, so the walkways were all lit up. It was a good environment. I follow this Super Niner fan on Instagram, and he was even like, I can't even lie. This is the loudest stadium I've been to. These people are crazy. It was he enjoyed the experience even though they got whooped.
Let's go to Arnie in Yakima. Arnie, who gets your game ball?
Sam Darnold.
Why Sam?
Everybody doubted him, and he pulled through. Hardly had any. Actually, I don't think he had any issues getting that ball downfield.
Yeah.
So Sam Darnold for sure, 100%.
Thanks for the call, Arnie. Arnie saying Sam Darnold. Forget an oblique injury.
Get that.
Get tore all in that thing.
You've been using my thing a lot today.
It's hard not to. I was actually re-listening to the end of the show because I thought it was funny when Matt was so mad if I asked if we could end the show, which was probably not something you should do. But it was when you were saying what all of our slogans would be, and yours was them things.
Them things.
And I've been saying it all weekend.
It's just catchy, isn't it?
I re-listened to you saying it on Friday, and then all weekend I've been going, them things.
It's stuck.
And I talk to Lucas all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, I just talk to him, and so I always go.
You call him Lucas now?
Yeah, that's his government name.
Okay.
Lucas Oil Stadium Rust.
I'm going to start saying, I don't know, man. That's your thing. I don't know, man. I'm going to start saying that.
Bump Darnold as a recipient of the game ball. What'd you make of his game?
It was the right game. It was the right game. It was the game that needed to be played. 12 of 17, 124, 70% completion percentage, 1 touchdown. I was very comfortable with how Sam Darnold played this game.
How I had the don't go anywhere jar where I have to put $1 in the jar if I say don't go anywhere because it's not a very good tease. I have to have the I don't know, man jar.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. I think I can get through the rest of the day without saying it.
All right.
Gary. Gary, who gets your game ball?
I give it to the entire defense. They played their butts off.
Love it, Gary. What was your single most impressive thing of the day, Bump, from the defense? To Gary's point, the entire defense probably deserves it.
Ernest had an interception, forced a fumble. He's just he's everywhere. It was funny to me when he got all pro. I laughed to myself. I go, man, Pro Bowls. I respect Pro Bowls, but it's funny. It's becoming a
Not
joke.
getting a Pro Bowl, but you get an all pro.
You don't get a Pro
No
Bowl, you
big
get all
deal.
pro. That just means that his peers respect him. That They understand exactly what he is to this football team. And how cool is that? Is that the Hawks were able to let a all-pro type of linebacker go and pick up another one.
Yeah, that's a good point. Gil, who gets your game ball?
Head coach Mike Macdonald, for sure.
Oh, why
A
Mike
leader.
Macdonald?
A leader. Look at how he's led a disparate, not disparate, but a collection of individuals, and they're all striving towards the same goal. And somebody mentioned earlier, the team kind of takes on the persona of the coach. Well, there you go.
Love it. Gil, Bump, you mentioned that earlier as kind of like hearing that behind the scenes. Well, why don't you tell us what you were hearing about behind the scenes, actually?
That McDonald is just a bit more brash behind the scenes. He's a bit more. Because you see him, he looks reserved. He hardly celebrates on the sideline.
Seems like a brainiac kind
Yeah,
of guy.
he's shaking hands with Kyle Shanahan. It's all respect and stuff. But I've been told as soon as he hits that tunnel, things start to get a little amped up. And it makes sense because that's the way their team, how this team is. It's their personality. It's not something that just happens. It's allowed to happen because Mike Macdonald, I think, pushes them to be confident in themselves. And then he leads by example. So, yeah, you hit that tunnel, a switch hits with Mike Macdonald, and he becomes one of the dudes.
John in Tacoma. John, who gets your game ball?
I'm going with a love child between Ernest Jones and DeMarcus Lawrence. I don't know if it's DeMarcus Jones or Ernest Lawrence, but the way those two guys were connected when they hit the quarterback, man, like he was on his butt all day.
Yeah, thanks for the call, John. Bump, what you saw from those two in particular, I know that you broke down that final sack from D-Law, a forced fumble from D-Law, and then Ernest Jones' interception. They were just on fire.
Yeah, those two have instincts combined with the knowledge of the football game that allows them to be in the right spot. And sometimes you get lucky, but if you don't do your film study, if you don't have these instincts, you're not going to make plays. And it seems like they are always around the football. I don't know how many times I've seen D-Law chase a quarterback down from behind and grab him. I don't know how many times I've seen. There's a reason why Ernest Jones has 6 interceptions. Why? Because he's getting to his spots. He's where he's supposed to be, and he makes big plays, man. So, no, I like the Ernest Lawrence and
DeMarcus
Jones.
DeMarcus Jones sounds like a cool name.
It does, DeMarcus Jones.
It sounds like he would be a detective. I don't know why, but DeMarcus Jones sounds like he's a private investigator.
Like
for hire, you can hire him. Oh God, what was I going to say? Oh yes, I was going to say it's interesting because we've been doing a lot of comparing between this defense, this team, and the last Seahawks team to make it to a Super Bowl. So like the Legion of Boom era Seahawks. I think what's so interesting is that version of the Seahawks had a lot of talent that they drafted that were really impactful. Yes, the Seahawks drafted Byron Murphy and Devin Witherspoon and JSN and Ken Walker, but they've got a ton of guys acquired via midseason trade, free agent signings. You know what I mean? Like DeMarcus Lawrence and Ernest Jones, neither of them were drafted by Seattle.
Yeah. They went out, they do their homework.
Yeah.
These Seahawks.
Let's go to Sam in Woodinville. Sam, who gets your game ball?
I'd say the whole dark side. And Bumpy knows what I'm talking about because I saw him at the cut shop, and we had a nice little convo about them boys getting nasty. Right, Bump?
Yeah, I remember. I remember the dark side. M.O.B. M.O.B.
M.O.B. Those boys are coming hard right now.
Thanks, Sam. Bump, what was that conversation and how many beers in exactly were you and Sam?
First off, Sam, appreciate you buying me a beer. Sam came over, and we've actually been, for years now, I looked on Instagram, we've been DMing back and forth for like 4 years now, I want to say. So I finally got to meet him. I'm in person. But it was just talking about the defense. How many beers deep? Stacey, that's none of your business, okay? Don't put my business out
I'm
there.
going to say you and Sam minimum 2.
All right, minimum 2. But no, it's about the dark side. It's that they are the tone setter. If it's not Shaheed taking one to the house, it's the dark side getting out there and smacking these dudes around, man. Did you see Leo, JSN, and Ernest got a belt from a fan?
Yeah.
And on the sideline, just, wow.
Yep.
Wow. Loved it.
Which is exactly what they were
Mhm,
doing.
mhm.
Let's go to Chris, calling all the way from Nashville. Chris, who gets your game ball?
I'm going to go with Cooper Kupp. I think he started to be clutch with the first down catches and all those blockings doing the free K9 for the touchdowns.
I like it, Chris. Chris with that Nashville accent, too. Bump, you've been talking about that blocking in particular, saying, look, I know people keep calling for, like, we want more yards from Cooper Kupp, but he does not get enough credit for his blocking.
He sets the edge. Whenever you see Cooper Kupp lined up near the tackle, watch out for that crack block. All right, he usually takes that in. It allows Abe Lucas to wrap around, or they mostly do it with Abe Lucas, sometimes Charles Cross, to wrap around and kind of set that edge. It sets the edge right now, and it allows Abe to get up there, man. Could you imagine Abe running straight at you? I don't care if you are one of the strongest men in the NFL. You're going to want to go around that big dude.
You know what I did with Lucas this weekend?
What's that?
I took him to a big open area. Like, I went on Sniff Spot, and I went to, like, this big open yard. And I let him run because you can take him off leash.
You see the wheels?
Dude. At one point, I kneeled down. He was, like, on the other end of it, and it's like a quarter acre. And I have this little stuffed animal duck that he likes. I was like, yeah, come on. He ran, not even full speed, but just ran at me. You can hear the ground underneath his paws.
You got video?
It was scary. Not at full speed, but I'll show you the videos during the break.
I want to see that.
Let me tell you, greyhounds are fast. I can confirm. I was like, wow, I didn't know they had it like that.
You know you can do that.
Larry calling from Portland. Larry, who gets your game ball?
K9, dude ran like he had a mission to kill somebody over the weekend.
He might have. Thank you, Larry. I want to talk about Walker a little bit more. I know we have already a lot today with Charbonnet being out, but Larry's right. K9 was on a mission. Anyone else catch the cone head thing that he was doing in the end zone after a touchdown?
I didn't see that.
Oh, he's here I think it was Yamador Lenore,
It
right?
was Lenore.
That called him a cone head, and now Ken Walker, after getting one of his touchdowns, did a little cone head thing in the end zone. He was on a mission. Larry's right.
Lenore is silly, man. He's a silly young man.
You can't talk trash. You know how we have kind of that thing of, like, you can't wear a tinted visor and be a bad player?
Yeah.
You can't talk a ton of trash and be a bad player.
Nah.
He's not bad as a player overall, but you have not performed well.
No, I mean, he's a solid player, but he's not a guy that I go into when I watch film and he just stands out. He just doesn't. He's solid, though.
Right.
He's in the league. He's
Very
a starter.
solid.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Brock Purdy could have talked trash heading into this one if he wanted to.
Yeah.
He had a couple moments. Let's go to Kyle in Yakima. Kyle, who gets your game ball?
Hey, yeah. I'm going to give it to the tight ends. There was a moment on one of K9's runs to the left that was a touchdown, I think, where Saubert and Barner both got amazing blocks, and then they turned around and they, like, chest bumped and hugged it out. And that energy and celebration for just how good of blocking they were doing, that shows who this team is. Like, they didn't even get any glory on that, and they were ecstatic. Like, all day, I love the blocking.
Thanks for the call. You mentioned that earlier, too.
I was
Both
on
of you
that play
it.
when you're like, what did K9 do there? And I said nothing. It was Saubert.
You
It
said
was
step
AJ.
forward.
Yeah, those dudes. And I like that he pointed that out. There's another play. There's remember that 13 or 3rd and 15 or 3rd and 17 that they picked up against the Niners last time they played? It was a toss to K9.
Oh, yeah, 3rd and
And
17.
it was, I saw Jake Bobo and JSN get their blocks, and they start celebrating. Like, the fact that you are getting guys hyped to block, I mean, that shows you that it's deeper than just carrying the rock. They're going to do whatever they can to help this team win.
Those are always the things that are overlooked by people, too, when they talk about, like, well, why is this guy there? Or, like, you know, what does he do? And it's like, well, getting time by blocking well.
Yeah.
A big part of this run game that's taken off.
I talked to my white son after the game the other day.
Oh, you
when
did?
They won. And he played a lot towards the end of the game. And I was like, man, you're getting some time. He goes, yep, somebody got to block. You know, like, that's the mentality you got to have. Like, if I'm out there,
wrong.
I'm going to get it.
Tim in Tacoma. Tim, who gets your game ball?
Hey, it's got to be John Snyder for me. He's been nails this year. And nailing that trade with Shaheed, Williams and EJ before that, putting this team together. He's got to have some responsibility in all this. So,
I like it, Tim. Bump, you mentioned liking that answer. Why?
He's the conductor. He put this thing together. You know, you have to make tough decisions, and you're not going to get all of them right. Right? You've drafted guys who didn't work out. You signed guys who didn't work out. But the ones that work out and contribute at a high rate need to be celebrated. And there was a transition that happened with this team, and he had to lead the charge. The guy who hired him was let go, and I'm sure that was tough for him, right? John Schneider was hired by Pete Carroll. And every move had to be so calculated. And he's made some mistakes. I think maybe the Grubb hire wasn't the best. Doesn't mean Grubb's not a good play caller.
Yeah.
And I like Grubb. Grubb's a good dude too, man. But what did I say earlier? Football is just a constant pivot. You're adjusting. You're either adjusting your personnel, you're adjusting your scheme, your philosophy, and he's done a great job of doing that.
Yeah, you think about all the moves. I mean, include Sam Darnold as part of that. So it's not just who you're drafting with, like Devin Witherspoon, JSN, Byron Murphy. There's a first rounder I'm missing, and Zabel being your last 4 first-round picks, unless there's one I'm missing. I don't think so. Have hit on all of those. And for the longest time, we were saying, man, John Schneider is great at finding guys, you know, when you don't expect it. But these first rounders have kind of been misses. And you were drafting late in the first round, but like LJ Collier, Rashad Penny, Jermaine Ifedi, none of them ended up staying here long term. Well, that's completely flipped.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You miss on some, and then you completely knock it out of the park on others. And he's done it in consecutive back-to-back-to-back drafts, which is really impressive. But those midseason trades, Ernest Jones and Leonard Williams being 2 of them.
Yeah, that's huge. That's huge. Getting Ernest Jones for where? Tennessee? He was in Tennessee? Yeah.
Actually, back-to-back-to-back. Leonard Williams, Ernest Jones, and Rashad.
Yeah.
Or Rashid Shaheed, excuse me. Like, that's insane. 3 consecutive years of big contributors that you got when other teams had decided to move on for some reason.
Who's going to get GM of the year if it ain't him? It's got to be him. I don't understand. I texted him that. I said, hey, John, GM of the year.
I genuinely don't know, because if you wanted to say, oh, well, you're including previous drafts, like a Byron Murphy as part of this conversation. Okay, but Sam Darnold was this year.
The only other one that has a legit case, I would say, is Elliott Wolf in New England.
Boring.
Sure.
Okay, so your MVP was someone you had already drafted. Who,
yeah,
great.
Well, and then they hired
Vrabel
Vrabel this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you have multiple moves that we're talking about with John Schneider. I feel like people are getting blown out of the water by, like, going from 4 wins to where they are, and I totally get it.
There was far bigger risk in the moves that John Schneider pulled off than what the Patriots pulled off, because they were already in the tank.
I'm getting fired up about this now. It should be Schneider for GM of the year. Executive of the year. Sean in Puyallup. Sean, who gets your game ball?
Someone already said it earlier, but I was going to say it. It's Cooper Kupp, and a little bit for a different reason. He definitely had some good blocks, but I thought, you know, JSN, he wasn't lighting it up on the field. He had those 2 catches, one for a touchdown. But Cooper Kupp, Sam Darnold was finding him on some clutch-like plays and for good yardage, I thought. And, I mean, he had, I think, 60 yards receiving on the game, and I don't know, I thought he had a really solid game for sure. And then one thing for Bump, I just wanted to say, Bump, I took a girl out on Friday night, and I took her to go get some chicken strips and fries, man. That take you had about 7 or 8 months ago. Greatest take you've ever had. I had to let you know. Absolutely amazing take. And, yeah, hope you guys have a great day.
We appreciate you, brother.
Thanks, Sean.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, we're glad that the date went well. Like, I didn't say chicken strips and fries were bad.
I said you didn't say they were good.
They taste fine. I said that they were kids' food.
No, they're not. They're food. The
Yeah,
greatest
they're food.
bar food of all time.
All food is food, but I'm just saying. But then both of you got on me for saying boneless wings and not nuggets.
Yeah.
We're moving
Chicken
on.
strips are a finer cut of meat than boneless wings.
Well, first of all, boneless wings would not be the primary thing that I would go for. Like, if I literally, Bump and I went to a bar not long ago and I ordered chicken strips. And I even called myself out. I said, look at me ordering chicken strips. I think it was not long after that conversation.
See?
And I called myself out, but I'm glad that it worked out for Sean. I'm glad it worked out. Greg in Eatonville. Greg, who gets your game ball?
I want to say Leo and Zabel.
the fact that Leo, being a multi-year vet, created a relationship with a young man on the other side of the ball early in the season, for Zabel to feel comfortable enough during a playoff game to go to him and say, this is what I'm seeing, and I think that you can beat him in this gap, and Leo willing to listen to that and put that in motion and get that sack literally off of what Zabel told him he was seeing. The fact that Zabel's not sitting on the bench, he's engaged in what the defense is doing. Those two guys, legit. It was amazing.
It's very cool. Zabel just in general, man, what a pick.
He's a dude.
I like that this covers both bases of this team being very close, communicating with each other, and also the draft picks just really working out.
Yeah, it's something special when you have the other side of the football standing up and watching, right? Now, you go over there, you can sit down and rest and all that stuff. I'm good with that. Look at the game on the Jumbotron, but to be so engaged like that, I think it's special.
John and Billings. John, who gets your game ball?
Honestly, I'm surprised no one said this yet. I'm going to give it to the 12s who are in the stands. I mean, that place was rocking. Tom Brady brought it up at some point in the game. And the fact that we had that place packed, there were hardly any Niners fans throughout the stands. Got to get shout out to the 12s, man.
Yeah, the Niners bump really thought that they'd be like flooding the stadium. Like I saw a tweet from David Lombardi, not related to Vince Lombardi. I saw a tweet from David Lombardi saying that like, oh my God, these extra flights that are going from San Francisco. Oh man, 49ers fans roll deep. There's going to be a lot of them. Nope.
No, I typically when we do the pregame show, I have an idea of how thick it's going to be in there at the Ticketmaster tailgate. Come holler at us before next week's game, because I see at least 10 to 20,000 people just walking by, and I hardly saw any Niner jerseys. I was like, all right, this is a good sign. You get them in the booth, and it could be misleading because they put the Niners behind the Niners sideline, so it's condensed. So on TV, it might look like there's a lot out there, but it was probably 70% less than it was last time.
What was like overall percentage of Seahawks fans? Was it like 90-10?
It's 90-10.
80-20.
90-10,
wow.
easily.
Okay, let's go to two more here. Mike and Olympia. Mike, who gets your game ball?
I want to give it to John and Jody. And I believe that as validation, you're seeing a number of other owners who are moving on from established coaches, but wanting better results and think they can get them quicker by hiring the next Mike Macdonald. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, that's what some of these other coaches are doing. I mean, look what's happening in Buffalo. Sean McDermott's not a bad head coach. He's had, I think, 10 or more wins in 7 of 9 seasons, has won the division 5 times, but it's an organization saying, we feel like we're stagnant, we're moving on. Now, is Sean part of the problem? I don't know that I think that, but yeah, I think what happens when you do that is you have Mike Macdonald coming here getting a team that had won 9 or 10 games that had some good pieces but needed to get over the hump, as opposed to a team that won 2 games and is looking at a number 1 pick.
Yeah, Mike came into a good situation.
Yeah, don't wait till you're a dumpster fire.
No, don't do that.
Okay, let's go to Don in Seattle. Don, who gets your game ball?
I think without a doubt it's John Schneider. And I know you guys have laid out all the reasons, but take a minute and go back to his heritage and what he was brought up in Green Bay. And you look at their GM for the longest time was not always well respected for the rest of the league. Sorry, that's my dog going nuts because he's seeing a squirrel. But I think that's part of the reason why Schneider might not get the GM, because look at what he does that's so different than all the other GMs. His courage, his willingness to stand up for for the players. Take a look. I mean, just look around. None of them, I think, do what he has the courage to do.
Yeah.
So that's my vote.
It does take courage to, I mean, I know that the Geno thing, but it takes courage to put yourself out on a limb and go, okay, we're going to sign Sam Darnold. We're going to put ourselves out there. We're going to move on from these pieces when they want to trade. Oh, and also, I'm going to trade Russell Wilson, and the rest of the league and critics around the league are going to go, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was like, how are they going to bounce back from this? And they did.
They did.
It took courage.
It took a bridge quarterback in Geno to keep you afloat, and then you went and found your guy.
All right. Back to some of the latest from Sam Darnold, checking back in on him after this game and some of what Mike Macdonald had to say. What I need to know coming up at 1:45.
one win away from the Super Bowl.
You stacked plays. It started with a 95-yard. Shaheed to the end zone. Holy catfish.
We play our style of play. Games can look like this often.
The table is set for the NFC Championship Game. Sunday at Lumen Field against the Rams. Kickoff at 3:30.
Job's not done. We're going to do the same thing.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle and the home of the Seahawks. Seattle Sports.
I was ordering food for the office from the same few places for too long.
For workplaces suffering with office food fatigue, every day's a struggle.
Before starting Easy Cater, I assumed having no good vegan options for Carl in finance was normal.
Easy Cater is designed to treat OFF with a huge variety of favorite restaurants, plus tools to help you meet dietary needs and stay on budget. Used daily, one platform lets you save time and shine. Ask your app store about Easy Cater or start an order at easycater.com.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
I saw her texting, coming up to a stop sign, and so I saw the accident coming, and she T-boned us.
In the blink of an eye, Crystal's life changed when she suffered a severe spinal injury.
The pain was something I had never experienced before in my neck. I got massage therapy. I saw a chiropractor. I was prescribed muscle relaxers so I could sleep. I got depressed. Nothing was relieving the pain.
Drugs, sleepless nights, and depression. Sound familiar? I'm Dr. Mark Shelley, a chiropractic physician and board-certified functional neurologist. At Sound Pain Solutions, our treatments include high-dose laser combined with spinal decompression and other comprehensive therapies to rehabilitate damaged discs. We use treatments that are non-surgical, FDA-cleared, drug and pain-free.
I was able to get off my pain medicines, and I was able to sleep through the night, and that was what I was desperate for.
To learn if you're a candidate for our treatment, call us. Sound Pain Solutions, 855-996-0025, or click soundpainsolutions.com.
Hey, it's Mike Salk here, and people all over the Northwest are going to be dropping 20, 30, 40, maybe 50 pounds by opening day. They'll do it by starting Eastside Weight Loss Clinic as their big resolution, and you can too. A 15-minute phone call is all it takes to get started. 15 minutes. You're probably going to sit that long in traffic today, so take that time and instead do something for yourself. I did this program. I immediately lost 10 pounds in the first week, about 35 pounds after just 8 weeks. And here's what I didn't have to do. Fight for space in the crowded gym with all the other New Year's resolutioners. No pills, no injections, no fake bland box meals. No, just real food that you buy at the grocery store, delicious recipes, and a group to offer support, coaching, and accountability. An easy plan to follow that really does work. So why not do it for yourself this year? Call Eastside Weight Loss Clinic at 425-588-0080 or go to eastsideweightlossclinic.com. Dr. Ryan Coogan, D.C. Results may vary.
Guys, low energy, low drive, or strength not what it used to be? For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Washington, start with a free T-check exam and consultation to get real answers. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. Call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com. Terms apply. Must medically qualify.
The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Listen to the 12th man.
And Seattle Sports on 710, the home of the Seahawks.
More than 4,000 women are diagnosed with breast cancer every year in Washington state. I'm Dr. Suzette Miranda with Northwest Hope and Healing. We provide a lifeline to breast and gynecologic cancer patients, and you can help us make a difference. Join us for Cork, Fork, and Support, an afternoon of wine tasting and inspiration on January 31st at Mary Hill Winery in Woodinville's Wine Country. Get your tickets now for Cork, Fork, and Support. Go to nwhopeandhealing.org to learn more.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Our friends at Mazda of Everett always offer you their best deals. Mazda of Everett is the West Coast's largest Mazda dealer for a reason. They sell more new Mazdas than any other dealer on the West Coast. So come check out the Mazda More to Move You sales event now. Shop over 300 new Mazda CX-5s with 0.9 financing for 60 months available on approved credit. Located on Highway 99 in Everett or shop MazdaofEverett.com. Based on Mazda USA's retail sales reports 2025. This hour is brought to you by Mazda of Everett.
You're listening to Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Coming up at 1:45, it's What I Need to Know, 866-979-3776. Get your questions in. Any question now to the text line. Let's get back to the latest about Sam Darnold. I didn't play some of this earlier, so let's get to just everything to do with this oblique injury, how it matters moving into this next game against, I think we'd both argue, a tougher opponent. So, it's going to be a factor. First, on what he said originally, tweaking his pregame warm-up, why he wasn't out there.
Yeah, so obviously I didn't go out for the non-padded warm-up. I think that kind of stirred, some questions, which was funny. But no, I got to throw in here and, did the same thing, did my routine in here, but just wanted to throw and make sure that I was, once I put the pads on and got that first, that padded warm up, I wanted to be rolling. And I didn't want to, waste any time, getting warm on the field and coming in, having 40 minutes to get warm again.
Yeah, it was a whole thing where I even texted you and I said, hey, Sam Darnold's playing, right? Like, I knew what you had told me Friday.
Yeah.
And I still, Adam Schefter's tweeting about it. Diana Rossini's, everyone's on Darnold watch. And I had to check with you to be like, this is happening, right?
I had to make Sam Darnold updates during the pregame show just to calm people down.
Yeah, to calm me down.
Yeah.
I needed to hear those.
I mean, but it's natural. You hear he has an oblique injury, and he's not out there. He doesn't do what he usually does. You're going to be concerned. But, people were stressed out.
How comfortable did he feel throwing the ball?
No, I was going to let it rip no matter what. That was never a question in my mind was, because if I wasn't able to give it 100%, then, I think I would be doing this team a disservice. So I was going to go let it rip, and if my body said, no, you're not going to do that, then I would have told my coaches and we would have gone from there.
Mike Macdonald said that they're going to have to monitor it this week, but that it wasn't made worse. He's probably sore today, but this isn't something where the injury has become a bigger issue as a result of playing in this game, Leonard Williams talked about Darnold's impact.
I mean, he means a lot to the team. I think, I've been around him in college. I've been around him early in his career on the Jets, and I think as soon as I seen him in the building here, I just seen a different guy. I think I just seen a dedicated guy. He's dedicated to his craft, dedicated to the work, dedicated to his organization, and, I think he's just a special leader on this team.
Was there a point in this game bump where you thought, he'll be fine?
Yeah, it was a corner route to Cooper Kupp, going towards the south end zone. I saw him let that go, fit it between a corner and a safety, and I was like, all right, he's good. And then after I saw him get hit and get back up, and he wasn't wincing or anything like that, I felt like he was going to be solid, and that's exactly what he was.
Is it much of a concern for you heading into this game against the Rams? We know that it's still there.
Yeah.
It's legit.
No, I think if he feels good, if it hadn't gotten worse after that game, I feel better now because now you have 4 days to kind of rehab it and try to get it prepared for that game. If he would have walked out of this game and it gotten worse, then, yeah, I'd be a bit worried.
Sam Darnold on getting his first career playoff win.
Yeah, no, it's huge. I don't take it for granted whatsoever. it's just a special group. I think that's the biggest thing, and that's why it means so much. Just the way those guys are in the locker room. Ever since I got here, they were tight, before I got here, obviously, but just the way that, they took me in as one of their own, and that's so special about this league in general. Like, you make so many great relationships throughout this whole process, and, that locker room and these coaches, just the way that we play together. That's the reason why I play this game. And, they've made it really easy for me to come in here ever since I did in April, to be able to, help lead this team and drive the ball down the field, score touchdowns, all those things. So,
Bump, I don't think the league has it in for Seattle. I don't. I think that, in Roger Goodell's perfect world, the Chiefs and Cowboys would be playing in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Is there an incentive there? Yes. But I don't think the league has it in for Seattle or hates the Seahawks. I listen to so many NFL shows and NFL podcasts, and hosts around the country have been talking about the Rams and Seahawks as the two best teams in the league for the bulk of the season. Usually giving the Rams favor there, in part because of Sam Darnold. But Bump, I'll say this. For all the talk about the questions of Sam Darnold, I didn't think that nearly enough attention was paid to the fact that he did not throw an interception, that he played hurt, until he was pulled by virtue of point differential as opposed to performance, and got his first playoff win. Like, what, you're going to talk about how you haven't seen it all year long, and then you're not going to mention it when he actually gets the win?
Yeah, show him some love.
Come on.
Show him some love. But they're going to say, well, he didn't have a big impact on the game because he was 12 of 17 for 124 and a touchdown. There's always something, right? There's always something that holds people back from giving him what I think would be the proper love and respect that he deserves. So, but it's all good. I don't think, and I honestly think that doesn't bother him. We don't care about that stuff. We care about it for him because we're the ones who are in this media world and we hear what people say and don't say about him. But, hey, just keep winning ball games.
Yeah, I think it's just I think it's that goalpost moving thing of, like, the question was, oh, well, I want to see Sam Darnold win a playoff game. Okay, well, he did. Well, no, I actually want to see him throw for like 300 in a playoff game, right? And it just keeps moving, and I understand. There's important context here. He had more turnovers than any quarterback in the regular season. Obviously, he's struggled with that and had questions throughout his career. I get it. It's not out of nowhere. But you have to be able to give credit when it's due.
Yeah, you do. And win one more, they'll have no choice.
No choice.
But to put some respect on his name, especially going up against the Rams, a squad that people think are better than the Seahawks, going up against Matthew Stafford, who we think is going to win the MVP if you can outduel him or just beat him. But it's growing, man. His resume is growing. I think his respect is growing. I cannot wait until Sunday.
Do you think that if they get to and win a Super Bowl, I'm knocking on wood, I don't want to jinx it, that if they get to and win a Super Bowl, that it'll be kind of a, oh, well, they did it, but in a Nick Foles way, which is so disrespectful. But what I mean by that, bear down, what I mean by that is that they did it in spite of their quarterback.
I think they will say they did it the same way they did it in, 2014, with defense and a quarterback who was just all right. But when you look at the numbers, Sam Darnold's having a better season than Russell Wilson had with that squad.
Sam Darnold's having a better season than a lot of people. I think people are like, because you're not Josh Allen and Matthew Stafford and Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson at his best and healthiest, well, he's just simply not the answer.
Yeah.
And, like, do I think John Schneider would have loved to draft Josh Allen? Sure. But you have Sam Darnold now. Someone actually, funny enough, texted in saying that Sam, Josh, and Lamar are all the same draft class, and that Sam might be the first quarterback from that draft class to get a Super Bowl win.
That'd be crazy.
Isn't that insane? Because I love Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen.
Yeah.
It is insane that Sam might be the first to get a Super Bowl ring.
3 MVPs between the two of those guys.
Right.
And Sam could be the first one to get her done, but take down the Rams, baby.
Get past the
Come on.
Rams. What's your confidence level in this one?
I think it's anyone's game.
Okay,
I think it's anyone's game. It's going to come down to the same old story. Who can run the football?
Yeah.
Who can take care of the football?
Have you found yourself being less, I don't want to say you were intimidated by the Rams. I was. Have you found yourself changing your opinion on the Rams top tier level given their last month?
I think that the Hawks can handle their best performance. and that is what keeps me optimistic.
Okay. Get your questions in for What I Need to Know, 866-979-3776. That's next.
The one and only Mark Schlereth with Wyman and Bob.
How are you, my friend?
New Year's resolutions, right? Like, I'm going to get in shape this year. My only goal is to become an underpants model. That's all I've ever really wanted. And if you guys know of anybody in the underpants business, let me know.
Dave loves that you call them underpants. He loves it.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely shredded.
Get every can't-miss conversation on Seattle Sports and the Seattle Sports app.
How about a simple New Year's resolution, one that even I was able to achieve? Reverse the clock on hair loss with Advanced Hair's simple one-day FUE treatment. You'll feel more confident and more youthful when you witness your own natural hair growing into those places that have been balding or thinning for years. I'm surprised and relieved every time I look in the mirror. You need to know what that feels like. From Advanced Hair's breakthrough technology to their highly experienced team, there is no one I would trust more than Advanced Hair Restoration. I experienced their exceptional standard of care firsthand. Your comfort and your results are the top priority of the entire Advanced Hair team. Celebrate this new year with a fuller head of hair and get a free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts. Call 425-449-8185. That's 425-449-8185. Discover what meeting your resolutions could look like with the before and after pictures at advancedhair.com.
To me, the LJ way is to provide an experience that people really enjoy being a part of.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Matt Coker here with West Coast Men's Health. In the past 5 years, we've seen thousands of men at our clinics. Most guys tell us the same story, that in their early 50s, it's not that they couldn't function, they just needed help. They started taking Viagra, and it worked great at first. But after a few years, it stopped working. The problem is that their arteries had become more restricted since they started taking it, because Viagra does not unclog arteries. Here at West Coast Men's Health, we use acoustic wave therapy to target the real problem. We break down plaque and clear up the arteries so blood can flow like it did in your 20s. This restores function. And guys, listen to this. You won't have to take a pill anymore. So if this sounds like you, give West Coast Men's Health a call today and see how we can help.
With clinics in Redmond and Tacoma, call 206-519-6541. That's 206-519-6541. 206-519-6541. Online at westcoastmenshealth.com.
We are well into the rainy season, Seattle, but it's not too late to get your roof replaced. Schedule your free estimate at 3treeroofing.com and get $500 off your roofing project this winter. Our certified technicians build a custom plan for your home, ensuring a worry-free installation even in the winter months. Replace your roof now while material prices are low and lead times are short. Stop wasting your time on costly repairs and Band-Aid fixes. Visit 3treeroofing.com to schedule your free estimate today and secure your $500 discount. 3Tree Roofing, your Puget Sound roofing experts.
Take the next step to becoming a Seahawks season ticket holder. Join the season ticket holder notification list to secure your spot in line. By signing up, you'll be the first to know when space becomes available on the official Blue Pride waitlist. Plus, receive team news, special ticket offers, and more. Visit Seahawks.com/season tickets to sign up today.
Be there when the Seahawks make history. Hello! Seattle Sports is giving away 2 tickets to the NFC Championship Game. Sunday against LA at Lumen Field.
Oh, my word!
Open the Seattle Sports app, then click the Win tab to enter. You can enter once per day, so the more you enter, the better your odds.
I can't tell you how pumped I am to see what the 12s bring.
Enter daily now through Wednesday, January 21st. Contest rules at mynorthwest.com/win. The road to the Super Bowl runs through Seattle.
Seattle is going to win this football game.
And Seattle Sports on 710 and the Seattle Sports app.
The new year is finally here, and you could kick the new year off right by getting in shape and making Top Fitness your first stop. Hey, Brock Heward here with my friends at Top Fitness, where their stores are celebrating the new year with some great deals. You could take your New Year's resolution seriously with the very best fitness gear there is set up in your home by our professional installers. They sell the best quality products available. Brands like Precor, True, Octane, Inspire, and Hyrox. Come in now and check out the best deal of deals on treadmills. Their Precor 885 treadmills that are lease returns normally sell for over $13,000, now only $36.99, including a full 3-year warranty. This is the same commercial treadmill sold to health clubs worldwide. And every new treadmill, elliptical and home gym, well, they're all on sale. They got the largest selection of home fitness equipment in Washington, and their staff will show you why. It's no secret why everybody from pro athletes to personal trainers love their stores. Locations in Tukwila, Linwood, and Bellevue, or visit topfitness.com for more info. That's Top Fitness, your best place for home fitness equipment.
Adrian here from Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Winter might seem like an odd time to replace your windows, but now is when you get the best deals. Our Leak Armor installation team will keep your home warm and dry while installing beautiful, new energy-efficient windows. You'll feel the difference right away. Quieter rooms, lower energy bills, and a more comfortable home.
Right now, save $600 on windows and $1,500 on doors from Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Plus, enjoy 12 months same-as-cash financing. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
Emerald Queen Casino Event Center presents the main event, powered by WFC, Friday night, February 6th. A night of professional boxing where champions are made and every punch counts. Contenders from the region go toe-to-toe, ready to prove they belong at the top. Tickets at emeraldqueen.com. Don't miss Fight Night, February 6th at Emerald Queen Casino, the boxing capital of the Northwest. 21 and older. Need gambling help? Call 800-547-6133 or visit emeraldqueen.com.
From the Quantum Fiber Studio.
This is Bumpin' Stacy.
Weekdays 10 to 2.
On Seattle Sports and 97.3 FM HD2.
Get your questions in for What I Need to Know, 866-979-3776. What I Need to Know bump. How is Seattle's defense going to improve from the last game against the Rams when they carved up our secondary?
How can they improve, man? You got to get sticky on the back end. But it all starts up front, right? You got to create some pressure. You create pressure. The throwing lanes are harder to get to if you're Sam Darnold. And the middle of the field is typically where the Hawks get attacked by the op. So getting pressure, as Paul Moyer calls it, that gut pressure, and protect the middle of the field. But, look, it's going to be a game. They're going to make some plays.
What I need to know, I put $100 on Rashid to score the first touchdown Saturday.
Nice.
Paid off nicely. They made $1,800.
Nice.
$1,700. They said, should I let it ride, get fitted for a new set of irons, or do something more sensible?
Irons. Go get fitted. New set.
Bumped it
to bump that is
hesitate.
sensible.
It's very sensible.
Yeah.
It's the right thing to do, honestly.
Okay, so a bit related to our first question about the last matchup between the Rams. Someone said, what I need to know. What makes Nacua so hard to defend? Is it his route running or the scheme or McVay that makes him always open?
He's not the sharpest route runner, but I would say he's...
I thought you were about to call him dumb.
No, no.
Like, he's not the sharpest.
No, he's not the sharpest route runner,
It's like,
but
wow. Seems nice.
he probably runs routes the hardest, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like, he is getting to 20 in a hurry and cutting it in. And then it's the scheme, too. McVay does a good job of getting him open.
What I need to know. When you pull into Costco's parking lot, this is the kind of question I'm here for. Would you rather search up and down for a close parking spot near the entrance and wait for someone to unload their cart into their cart, or just park in the first spot you can find, even if it's a long way?
I'm kind of the first spot kind of guy.
Keep
Same.
driving
Yeah.
further back.
Yep. First one I see. Don't matter where it is.
What I need to know. Answer may seem obvious, but hear me out. Better game to attend in person, the Super Bowl with a victory or the NFC Championship? Me, I'd rather attend the NFC Championship with the 12s. The Super Bowl is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but has too many corporate sponsors.
I feel that. That logic is fine. I would say Super Bowl because if they win, you get a chance to see them hoist the Lombardi.
Yeah.
And when's the next time we're going to see that? If it happens, going to wait another 10, 11 years?
But if they
Or a couple
lose,
weeks.
you've spent airfare, hotel,
Yeah.
tons on tickets.
And one thing I'll add about the NFC title game, when you win it, anything's possible. You know what I mean? You haven't played yet, and losing the Super Bowl is gutting and devastating. And every single Seahawks fan knows that feeling. It's happened twice. But when you win the title game, it's just everything is possible. It's you're going to the Super Bowl. You did it. Like, that's also an accomplishment.
Yeah, I mean, getting to this, you have an opportunity to play for a chance to get to a Super Bowl is great. And if you do go to the conference championship game, downtown's going to be popping.
Okay, hear me out. If you're deciding, listener, what game would you rather have seen in person? Super Bowl 48 or Super Bowl 49? or the 2014 NFC title game against Green Bay?
I mean, I think we'd all.
Or against San Francisco.
Out of those 4 games, I mean,
Those
Super
4
Bowl
games.
49, the bottom of that list.
Yes, obviously.
I think I would rank them in terms of like fun experience. I mean, I'd probably Super Bowl 48 number 1, just because it was over after the first snap of the game.
Quality of game, though, San Francisco and Seattle in the 2013 championship.
The Green Bay one was a hard watch. That was a tough watch for about
sucked for 3 quarters.
Yeah, for about 50 of those 60 minutes.
And then it was unreal.
Yeah, that was the best finish.
But those
you've ever
2
seen.
championship games were contested games, hard fought, crazy finishes. I don't know, man. I think those are 2 games I wish I could have seen in person.
Yeah, those are fun.
Yeah. What I need to know, did Lenore get a fine for that headbutt to JSN?
I don't know. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he will.
I think those rulings come down later in the week.
What I need to know, how do you feel the crowd was on Saturday?
Perfect. That crowd was the loudest since I've been with the team since 2016. It's the loudest environment I've been in at Lumen Field.
Yeah. What I need to know, can you pull something from San Francisco radio for them to complain? I feel like we took their soul.
We've got 4 minutes left in the show. I don't have that kind of time.
What I need to know, I've heard the Rams corners are the weakness, but with the amount of interceptions they get, I don't know if I'd call it a weakness.
It is, though. I mean, some of these, I think Kobe is one of the DBs over there. He has the most interceptions in the postseason right now with 3, and I'd still go at him. I would still go at him.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know, Bob. What I need to know. I'm concerned with Seahawks fans thinking the performance against the 49ers is going to be the same against the Rams. These are 2 different teams, and it showed. I can appreciate their enthusiasm, but some people on Twitter are just as bad as 49ers fans.
Yeah, it's going to be a different ball game. Niners, look, you did what you're supposed to do. I don't think it was going to be 41-6, but I wasn't concerned really with the Niners because of who they are. But with the Rams, a team that's been resilient, that is well coached, and they aren't scared of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think there was a little doubt from the Niners, I felt like it was fake gas, fake juice, what they were doing. With the Rams, no, the Rams, they don't fear you at all.
I don't know anyone that thinks that, though.
Thinks what?
That, like, oh, you're going to go 41-6 against the Rams, too.
No.
Like, I don't know a single person who... Most people I know are rooting for the Bears to advance because even though they're comeback kids and Caleb Williams has a hell of an arm, they felt like, well, it's the Bears. They have more weaknesses. Like, no one wants to face the Rams. There are probably Rams fans that didn't love the idea of facing Seattle but knew they'd have to no matter what.
Yeah. I think it's a mutual respect. If the Rams know that they're capable of beating the Hawks know they're capable of beating the Rams, and both are going to prepare as if this is a championship game because that's exactly what it is, baby.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Someone said I was at both conference championship games and I'd trade either one for Super Bowl 48. I mean, sure.
Yeah.
I just think that those games were both really cool.
It's a privilege to be playing in January. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's true. What I need to know. Let's see, I'm finding some good ones here. Someone asked me about my haircut, but I want you guys to know I'm being selfless and a team player and I'm moving on by it.
Stacy, tell us about your haircut.
Stop. No, I'm just going for like a new look here. That's no big deal. It's fine. What I need to know. How, if at all, can this last weekend's games have an effect on preparation for the game this week? The Rams had to go 100 minutes of hard-fought football and know it's hard to win, whereas the Seahawks had an, quote, easy game, and this playoff game is no big deal.
You could think that the Hawks are healthier, less snaps, but it don't matter, man. Every game's different. New challenge.
Well, I wonder if what he might be asking is like, is there maybe even an advantage of the Rams having played 2 closely contested games and their confidence going into this one?
Could be, but it's week by week, man.
Well, and look,
these are pros.
Yes, And the Seahawks have faced them twice, and neither of those games were like a blowout win. Like, the Seahawks know what it's like facing the Rams. And if you wanted to lean into that, last time when the Rams were here on Thursday night, multiple Seahawks players were saying the Rams thought this one was over. So the Seahawks definitely know what it's like to be counted out and fight their way back in. That's how they won that game. Wyman and Bob coming your way next.
I got to get mentally into this.
The Mike Macdonald Show.
That was the most complimentary game you said you've played. Yeah, I could have easily said complete game for sure. That highlights like the synergy and connection that we have with our group. It's not like we're not playing in silos. Defensively, when it's our opportunity to take the field, we're trying to help the offense out. Vice versa offense. We did a great job of scoring in the red zone, finishing drives off, things like that.
Get the podcast on the Seattle Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Welcome to guided meditation. Close your eyes. You're at the beach. The seagulls are calling. You take out your iPhone 16e you got from Cricket and use Apple Intelligence to clean up that selfie you just took. It's a good one. You send it to your friends instantly thanks to reliable nationwide 5G. They're totally jealous. Get iPhone 16e for $49.99 when you switch. Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new line on the Supreme Unlimited plan. First service charge and tax due at sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-568-3344. 800-568-3344. 800-568-3344.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first, on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home for you so you attract the right buyers. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
From whiplash to herniated discs, there are a few car accident injuries we've all heard of. JP Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains that even the most common injuries differ from one another.
Pre-existing conditions, health history, beginning of treatment. There are hundreds of factors that make every person and every injury unique. While these variables aid medical treatment, the strongest case recoveries must also take them into account.
Could you explain a little bit more?
Our team at Pendergast Law is obsessed with turning over every stone to differentiate each case. This requires thorough investigation, diligent listening, and relentless research. We never pursue cases with a one-size-fits-all approach. We built our success by treating every injury and every case with the individualized attention our clients need and deserve.
Pendergast Law's individualized approach to even the most common injuries makes the difference in case outcomes. It's another reason why I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
Hey, it's Dr. Coogan with Eastside Weight Loss. It's a new year and a perfect time to make the changes you've been dreaming of.
Don't let those old habits and frustrations hold you back any longer. Our proven program gives you dedicated health coaches, ongoing support, real accountability, and a step-by-step detailed plan to help you lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a couple months with no drugs, shots, exercise, or fake food. Imagine more energy, better health, losing fat, fitting perfectly into your favorite clothes, and being down 20 or more pounds by March. Remove the stress of trying to do this on your own and book your free consultation at eastsideweightlossclinic.com.
Yeah, how's that resolution coming along? If you're sick of crowded gyms or already losing motivation, don't beat yourself up. Give the people at Eastside Weight Loss Clinic a 15-minute call and see how they can help. They helped me lose 35 pounds in 8 weeks.
Join the 4,000 clients who we've helped lose 20 to 30 pounds in 60 days. Our remote programs allow